We have JC students.
I don't see anything about Renee.
Somebody drive for me in here.
Say that again?
Renee, did he say anything about being here today?
He said maybe. That's all he said on the text.
Okay, yeah.
There's three of us now, so, and didn't Randy say he was gonna be here as well?
Yeah, he said he lost track of time.
I think they're on 2 hour delay also.
I don't know.
Just in the time I said that.
Some people check their messages. Not you and Samantha, but some people do. Not much.
So we'll give it just a couple of minutes. Mr. Chavez is on his way.
You look good, boss.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you had a lot of rough stuff going on.
Yeah,
Been a little concerned, but you look good.
got a little more to go.
Yeah.
Gotta go back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back in and fix it, but we'll see. Hopefully not.
I think you've like met your quota.
I feel like it. It's like my extended warranty ended on November
Yes.
5th.
Yes.
I turned 55 and
Yes.
then, you know, your cars break down. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
You should have bought another one.
I need to buy an extended.
It's time over everybody.
I know.
Another one.
You have a small intestine. I I only need 2 foot.
I mean, we all, donated a couple of inches.
Right.
Nobody missed anything.
I know, it wasn't long.
Be fine.
Plenty.
No.
Did you do the,
But how did everybody else get in?
I got in because it was unlocked.
I know. That's what we're out of the
Listen.
outdoor. Yeah, the very outer one. is-
Oh,
That one,
the
I don't
outer
have
one.
locks.
No, it's locked
I
now.
I was like,
It's-
okay, I did
she
put
couldn't get
lotion
in.
on my hands, so maybe that's why I had the boys try. They couldn't.
You know anything about that, Mr. Loftus, that outer?
It's computer.
You think it locked at 5 or something maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to figure it out. It just started, they
Did
just
you-
got it hooked up.
Did you prop it open? Did you prop it open
Uh-uh.
for people?
Still got all 10 digits? Looks like it.
Elijah,
Yeah, good.
have a nice little divot.
Character.
No, you
Randy.
got it.
Okay,
Okay.
wasn't just me.
You just texted me. Oh, good. You just texted me.
Hello there, sir.
Hey, Fran, how are you? I'm good.
Sorry about that.
I was outside. All right, Jeff. Yes, sir.
All right, well, I have 5:07. Only person we're missing is Renee, but he had just said maybe earlier, so please rise for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To the agenda, Mr. Snyder requested that we swap 5 and 6, so we would do updates to all of our construction updates ahead of our financials. Anybody have any questions with that, concerns? If not, the rest of the agenda is as is, and I'll need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
One second.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Announce up there, you see that part? That's where,
We can hear
she
you.
said she could
We-
hear
now we
us.
can hear
Yeah,
it.
we can actually hear.
It's nice.
That fancy schmancy thing.
I used it when we got here, but.
Yeah, we still don't know how it works for sure.
Public comment, anybody want to speak?
Nobody's on the list.
Nobody on the list. Perfect. I forgot minutes of the previous minutes. I was
I just went right there. with you.
reorganizing them, and yeah, you just followed me. Minutes of previous meetings. Anybody have any questions about them? Obviously, I was not in attendance.
Can we reverse just 1 second on the public comments? Mr. Little, did you want to introduce our spelling bee winner
Yes.
now, or do you want him to wait till your principal report?
How long do you want to wait?
How long do you want to wait?
He's like,
Jim-
how long
Jim's
is this?
back. It might be a while.
How long is this gonna be? Oh, I'm getting there.
Jim's back.
I would suggest now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was just thinking if you go ahead and give that
Just give me
part,
recognition.
because we were gonna include it in the high school report, but why wait until?
All right, Mr. Earp, this is Elijah Earp. He is our JAL spelling bee champion. Not only that, he went on to Hobbs and he won the county, competing against all the other Hobbs or Lee County schools. So, congratulations. Did you tell him what was your final word that you spelled?
Tectonic, as in plate tectonic.
How do you spell that?
Tectonic.
Good.
Was that at the school one?
No, the school one, I think it was Acrobat.
Oh, I thought
Or
Pinnacle
avocado.
was when you won on it.
No, Pinnacle was the one that the dude didn't do,
Dude.
that I had to do. It was the person before me. I did his word.
Hey,
The dude.
hey, dude.
Well, congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
You're very well represented, that's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Our elementary champion placed 5th.
Fantastic, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're letting like the top 6 compete. It's an online thing that they'll have to do. And then I guess whoever wins from that, I don't know what. I get, they started this in COVID, but I don't understand like why we're doing it this way. So I guess all 6 of the county winners will compete to see who gets to go to Albuquerque.
Okay, nice, very cool. You gonna represent us up there or what?
We'll see.
We'll see.
When is that?
So the online one, Amy, is on February 25th.
Uh-huh.
And then Albuquerque, I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yes.
All the top
Everybody
6.
All do it online.
Doesn't make any sense to me, but
That's good.
back when my other kids won it, we just went straight from the
The
county
top
to
two went back then.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
I mean, to Albuquerque.
The state, but.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, well, congratulations. It seems pretty fast that we moved you, you had to be at the bottom.
That way you can.
Probably would be friendly
If you want to walk home, you can.
I mean, he had a ride at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, you're right. Stay here anyway. All right, so number 3 is our minutes, previous meetings.
The only thing I saw were those few things that I had Brian send you. Did he not?
You did not send them to me.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
In a text, did you not? Oh, okay. Thought I did. Okay. Well,
Maybe I need to have your,
What is your grammatical?
Yeah.
Okay.
nothing major.
Any information in there, was not in attendance, obviously, and I appreciate you guys holding down the fort and running these short meetings.
We get it done.
There's still a lot of words said.
Get a lot of words said. Anybody have any questions of minutes? If not, we'll need a motion to approve.
Turn Randy.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Public comment we just did. Why did we do that ahead of our meeting minutes?
Because
Well, I
Mr.
skipped and
Snyder
Mr. Snyder said go back, but
Oh,
we
shoot.
didn't have to go
We
back.
didn't go back. We were actually still.
Right. Yeah. That's why I did this part.
Carry on.
Remember, you're invited.
No.
All right, so we're gonna skip financials and we're gonna go straight to updates. Mr. Schneider, however you'd like that, whatever order you'd like.
Mr. Loftus, would you like to go ahead and give the updates on behalf of our construction and architects? please?
How do I get the piece of picture? Okay. So go back here.
Ms. Loftus, if you wouldn't mind, I think you can go to that, hover over it again, and then hit that, those arrows, maybe, does that make it? Oh, yeah, that's so much better.
It didn't even,
I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was gonna make it.
I thought it was too.
We've
had this issue before.
Yeah.
What do you have to do? Hold on.
It's a control issue. Watch. It's,
Let him do his magic.
We should know already.
We've done this.
never mind, I don't, it's something, there's
Well,
a,
I
there's a
just
way to
work it.
do it over here. And I had it marked on the keyboard.
Where's the keyboard?
Right here.
Let me ask.
Which two buttons is it?
Control, Alt, Delete.
Right. That solves everything.
Or it could be a shift, ask her.
I You don't have, I just didn't know. That
There we go.
was. So what, how did you do
Did
that?
it?
I
She
just-
must have done it.
She did it.
They threw the papers at it. and said,
Yeah.
She did it, okay.
Okay. So, boss, I don't know, how do we go next? Oh, right here.
There you go.
Got it. Got it. Okay, here's our timeline on things. You know, you can see things that have been added. I'll kind of go throughout this as we go through the pictures here. But let's just get right into it, unless you want me to stay there for a second.
This obviously I was just looking at that. What's the athletic sites? Wasn't that the,
Athletics is gonna be the concession stand, track, state, stands, press, all of that.
all of that stuff?
Yeah, so that's gonna be that project right there. And then, the indoor behind it's its own separate project right at the bottom there.
Just the elementary would actually get done.
No.
It's like the element, we're already in January.
Right. So the glass on the elementary is still holding us up. And if you look across there, you can't really see, but they have now tarped off the glass so they can continue working on that. And then they're just gonna go in and replace the glass after they do the sheet rock and stuff like that. And they said if it gets wet, in the meantime, it's on them to fix it and things like that, but they just can't keep holding this up, waiting on glass.
Is this the same company out of Carlsbad?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that. We
Yeah.
said if we tried to go somewhere else, it would reset the clock.
Completely. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah, so it was like we're feet are on the fire, just waiting.
Yeah.
What my impression was.
yeah. And this is the last job that,
Sometimes.
That we're gonna
That's-
use them, yeah,
yes.
I remember that.
yeah,
part.
we have different glass company for our junior high and our athletics indoor and all futures things like
Did they give
that.
us any updates on glass? I mean, is there any?
Well, they were here last week and they put the frames in.
Okay.
So little step in the right direction there. So, but as far as like when the glass is gonna be here on site, I don't have that information for you.
So that's all we're really waiting on, and then they can open it up to the existing school, is that what it is?
Pretty much. So, yeah, because it's still not dried in on this north side right here. And they got the doors in on the back side of it. And so now it's just trying to get this covered in on the north side. As the pictures are gonna show, most of the inside is almost done.
Wow.
And so it's literally just kind of the very far north side right here and the back side that they just have to finish up. But you'll see in these pictures out here. I don't want to overspeak, but I mean, we should be in there, in time for this next school year to start, and hopefully plenty of time for the teachers to move in and things like that. It's over there. So a lot of these are gonna be a couple of weeks old right here. So as you can see, our stands look great. Right over here, behind the stadium, we had a trench drain right here. They had to completely rip it out because the subcontractor got their numbers backwards. And so it was going to screw up all the pavers and things like that. And so that's been ripped out, that's been done. But this has been formed out right here, new sidewalk and stuff, grading is being done. And so hopefully before long, pavers are gonna start going down, and that should really start. Once they get the pavers done, then they can finish up the elementary playground. And so hopefully not too much longer on that. And you can see, right, this is the north side of the stadium right here. So you can see it, all the grading is good. It's just trying to all tie it in to this backside right here. This is all new sidewalk right here that we ripped out and re-poured right here because it was kind of wavy. And so the pavers are gonna go right up to it. We need those pavers to be to be doing that. Indoor, right here, I mean, a lot of work going on underneath it. So electrical, plumbing's going on, all the rough, getting stuff run underneath it right there. We've also broken ground on both sides for the addition. If you guys remember that, we're expanding out the current, so the locker room and then a couple more closets and storage areas on this side. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't look like it's that much compared to what, the size wise. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger than that, but once they actually did it, I wish it could be a little bit bigger, but we are limited. And it's really on the other side because it runs into a door that's planned to go on the indoor right there. So it couldn't cover up an exterior door right there. And so in order for it to be symmetrical, that's the size that it has. But it's gonna work for us right there. So this is the indoor inside the elementary right here. So you can see we got tile down, lockers in, carpet in, all the cabinetries in, things like that. So I would say the interior is probably 90% done right there. And so that's gonna be the first and the second floor right there, pretty much look like that. So, and I know from the outside it doesn't look like, but that's the inside. So if anybody asks, it's pretty close right there.
Bet you could use those lockers.
You know what? I probably could even, put stuff on top of
Was that
them.
Brian's time? What kind of tile Brian like?
Terrazzo.
So just say,
Yes.
Those are the terrazzo tiles.
That's the most exciting thing I saw.
This is gonna be the south side when the exterior doors are right here that we just put on that lead out to the playground. Baseball, going really well out there. It's just about finished up. The fixtures have not since been installed since these pictures were taken right here. You can see the floor has been done. That was a change order that we pushed through a couple of months ago. Right there, you can see all the turf has been installed around it. So it's very nice, very clean. Should be ready to go for the season to start right there. So the only thing that won't be done is gonna be the parking lot. Because if you remember, we were kind of waiting on the city with Merriman, what they were gonna do. But other than that, that should be good to go for baseball season.
nice.
Yeah, very nice. Bus barn right here. It's probably 6 feet taller than in this current photo right here. And so it's going well. Now, obviously, the weather right here is really put a hindrance on being able to lay the blocks, so the stuff doesn't freeze, the mortar doesn't freeze, but it's coming along very nicely. Very nice. It's gonna be a good addition for us right there. Completed project, oil and gas building is now complete. Check it off the list. Mr. Richard is going to have an update for us, I think in his on a grand opening.
Okay.
And so we would
Punch
love.
list and all, or
Love for you
just
guys to be there.
punch list? Have we done those?
No, punch list is still going on,
Still going on.
but our kids are now in this facility and using the facility.
So it does have COO.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Nice.
But the punch list is not
Not
very
quite.
minor,
Okay.
very minor
I
things.
see, so.
Yeah. So it is now completed. Junior high is moving along nicely. Looks great from the outside. It looks like it's coming in, but on the inside, it's, just a lot of framing still that's going on right there.
I have to ask, is this project on schedule? Because this one right here seems like is it just me?
Seems like it's been going forever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering, I'm not.
So
It just
according,
seems like that.
uh, what they're saying is still gonna be ready for this school year, I think it's gonna be pushing it.
Yeah. I
In
mean,
my
it just-
opinion, I think it's gonna be pushing it right to the very end. Like we might be moving in the first week in August or something, type of thing.
I mean, this semester's gonna go by so fast.
Yeah, and what they're gonna do here is the same thing that they did on the elementary. When it gets time to do sheetrock, if the glass isn't in yet, they're gonna tarp it off so they can continue working
So
on
we're
the
using the
inside.
same glass people here as well?
No. It's a different,
Oh.
yeah. So you can see it's kind of a supply chain issue and not necessarily, I think a little bit is the sub on Carlsbad, but glass, I've been hearing through those guys, no matter who it is, where it is, glass is an issue right now. But it's kind of weird. We have glass already on the ground for the indoor.
Oh, okay.
So
Made out of the same tree.
some of it is,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That is.
That building there is gonna be incredible. It's gonna be an awesome multi-purpose thing that we've needed for a while. We can do trainings in it, we can do testing in it, we can do.
So
It just
what,
seems to be going.
what we're
very slow.
looking
I don't
at
know if it is or not.
right here, this right here is going to be the commons area. So if you're looking, what would be coming from Miss
Can you point on the
Nieto's,
finished part where it's gonna be?
kind of
There
there on that side,
Next to
over there.
Next to the current building.
Yeah, next to the current building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Miss Nieto's room is gonna be blown out into that's gonna be the connecting hallway from the existing building to the current building. And that's if you were walking right through Miss Nieto's building into the junior high commons area right
Our
here.
classroom will be in a hallway.
Yeah, yeah. And then this area, which is this area,
Okay, thank you.
that is the testing training facility right there. And then all along right here, these windows right here, that's classroom, 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 all along those windows.
Yeah, because the inside of this doesn't mean anything to me. And if you tell me it's on the south side, that doesn't mean
It doesn't
anything.
mean anything.
Yeah.
True. Until you see it in person.
Listen, Lewis and Clark, I'm a right and left kind of girl.
I don't know if you saw when you walked in.
Yes, I did notice that.
Completed.
Woo!
I got to stare at it as I was.
Yeah. So 2 projects now completed. 2 projects completed. Admin vestibule, oil and gas completed. So I thought that turned out very, very nice. Whoever had that idea needs a pat on the back. right
Was it
there.
you?
No action items.
Nice.
So any other questions that I
Oh,
may or may not be able to answer for you there?
Are we into plumbing?
No more money.
Are we talking about some plumbing?
In which?
Any of them? I heard talking, we're having a plumbing issue, no?
I think the biggest plumbing issue we were having was getting a water meter for the oil and gas.
Okay.
That was our biggest thing is, we have one now, yes.
Nothing more than typical plumbing
No.
issues.
Right, well, that's, I didn't.
I have
when
not
said
been
plumbing,
made
I really
aware of
should have
any
water
outstanding
General.
plumbing issues.
I really should have said water issues.
Water is a
Yes.
different story, yes.
Water is a different story.
Yes, it was getting coordinated with the city to get the water meter installed was a challenge, but we got it done. Yes. So, any other questions?
I don't. Mrs. Crawford, do you have any questions?
I don't. It all looks great so far. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know how we get back out of,
And she said she can hear us really well too.
how we get back out of this to be able to see.
Yeah, it's not nearly as garbled as it has been before.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
The
nice.
sound. Yeah, it's really good.
And we hear you as well, real well.
And it's like real time.
Really well. Yeah, real time, right.
Good deal.
Thank you.
I have a quick question.
You wait till you
No.
sat down.
No. On the corner of the screen a few minutes ago, it said, chat,
Chat.
excuse me.
GPT?
It said, no, it said private chat. Does that mean somebody's commenting?
Very possibly.
Do we know how, I mean, if they have a question or something, do we know how
I
to?
don't know.
Okay.
I think it would probably pop up somewhere. If there's a
But
question.
wouldn't they have to be on to chat or no?
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, except for, one thing we know is they don't have to log in. We could have 100 people logged in right now, and we would not know.
That's
Oh.
right.
Because they don't, yeah, they do not have to log in to see it.
See right there? She just showed it,
Where?
the chat. There wasn't anything there.
Okay.
See where the little paragraph, it kind of like by the two people on the
Mhm.
right, that's where it would show that there's something there.
Okay.
If there was.
Yeah, so people can be watching,
Mhm.
and we will never know. There could be 100 people watching right now, and we would
Yeah.
not know that.
Okay.
So you don't even know if there's one person or 100 even watching.
Right,
So
correct.
what's the two up there for? Is that Amy
I
and
think,
Shelley?
yeah, I think those are the people that are actually logged in.
Well, and I just signed in as a guest, but I had to sign in
Yeah, so we can see you.
Yeah.
to join.
Yeah, you.
That link that you had is only for board members, though. Everybody else wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able to see them or.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
you can watch it just because my
Mhm.
wife
Yeah.
asked me questions, and I'm like, how do you know?
Yes, and it doesn't show,
I just
it
watch it.
just, you can just watch it.
So I was like, you gotta pay attention to what we say.
Especially about Mrs. Goss.
Right.
She's everywhere.
And then Jim said?
All right, there's more updates, right, Mr. Snyder?
Is that all we have on construction?
That's.
Oh, okay, all right, good, perfect,
That's all we have on that, Mr. Goss.
perfect, I just, financials.
Yes, and so she's still not here, so we'll just go over the financials. If you look at the budget adjustments, all that we need are good political maintenance and transfer bars to eliminate negative balances. Nothing actually shown here. We also do have, on the next page, you have the audited cash fund balances. All the cash funds on the next page. You can look at all of those. And if you look at the status of the SB 9,
So is this a new document that we started getting?
it has to do with our audited balances of, as a result of our.
This is the first time it's been in here.
It's the
Oh,
first
okay.
time. It's the
Okay,
first
I
time.
was wondering, yeah, I was like, I don't recognize it.
It just shows you the cash balance in each account. That way you-
Is this something we'll have every meeting now?
I don't know if she's gonna have it in every meeting, but she'll have it for you if you need it. Yeah.
I was just,
Sure, if that's what.
no, I was just wondering if this was something that we were supposed to have.
I
or why
don't, I
it's
think
here.
this is here for the audited, because the audit was just concluded, is what, so I don't know if she'll have a audit report of that, I don't know. And if you look at the status of the SB 9, still pretty, it's still really healthy.
So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back to this, but it's suggesting that there's decreased bars and such in here. Those aren't any increased bars. There's nothing that we need to do here.
Just to approve them to eliminate any negative balances. So yes, you do need to approve the bars.
All of these bars?
Audit the cash balance, yes. This is to align everything up with the audit, is what it does.
What I'm saying is, so there are a lot of bars
Oh, she's
actually.
here. She's here. Perfect timing. Yeah. Because it's a really good question. Actually have that question too.
One's $4 million, so that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Crawford, we're just gonna give it a minute until Nicole comes in.
If we can go
Yes,
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
agree because I don't think I've seen those cash. Have I seen that before? It just looks different to me.
First time it's
It's
been on.
it's the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
We have a question on the second page, what all of this is?
Yes,
Okay.
well, that's why I'm here.
Perfect timing.
So, okay, so it's the bars attached. So we did get back our audit. And so basically I have to match what the budget says compared to what actually cash that we have to have. And so that's what this is. So I do my own little spreadsheet and then the system automatically creates a bar. So if you look at each one of those funds, it's 11,000 fund. And it's an increase bar for that amount. If you go down, 12,000 is the teacherage, it's a decrease of 1146. Transportation, it'll stay that way, that number.
So The 1,300 fund
It's transportation and it'll be an increase for, that one should have an eye on it. It's an increase. I just don't have a number for it.
11,219.
Yes, yeah, and so with that one, we have to do the bar for half of it because half of it goes back to PED, 50% of it goes back to PED. So that's what that one. Then you have the 15,200 fund, and that one is an increased bar. And then you have the debt service, which is the decreased bar.
That's the 41,000.
41,000, yes. The 31,200 fund is the, it's not HB, it's one of those bills that they pass for capital improvements.
Mhm.
That's what it is. I don't know what the name of it is.
$149. Yeah.
149, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the next one is the universal food service, the 21,100, and that's an increase. And then the next one is 43,000, which is the ed tech debt service, and that's a decreased bar.
Is that the difference in what the taxes are actually bringing in versus?
This has nothing to do with the
Why,
taxes.
why are
No.
they such big decreases? Like on a fund
So,
level?
so whenever you do the budgets, you have to estimate of
Oh.
how much money and how much revenue that you're getting that year minus all your expenses, which is why I try to close everything early, but we have last minute things come in, bills that we have to pay. And so it's just a budget.
And
It's
this
an
is the
estimate,
actual-
yeah, so it's like, okay, this is what I'm guessing I'm gonna get $10 of revenue and maybe $5 is gonna go out, so I'm gonna budget the $5 remaining for the next year.
So this just
so
lines the audit up with what's
It's
really
just
happening.
yeah, cause I have to estimate how much cash is gonna be for the next school year, and then so our audit actually tells us, no, this is how much you actually have.
Okay.
So that's all this is, yeah.
And that's the, what'd you call it, ed tech?
Ed tech debt service.
Debt service, right.
Yes. And then, the food service fund, 21,000 is an increase. 22,000 fund is the athletics.
What's the difference between the 21,100, because that's a food service.
So the 21,100 is the state reimbursement. The 21,000 is USDA reimbursement. The 23,000 fund is all of our activity funds that are in. And then the 31,100, that is the bond building. That's an increased bar.
So what, okay, so the 2,800s, there's nothing, right?
No, there's nothing in those.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was 31 again?
31,100 is the bond building.
$4 million increase.
The 29,102 is the, how do I label it? It's not the revenue, industrial revenue. That's like, that one check that we got for the Lee County something. Or
What was it?
consentor, or what is it?
Consortium?
Yeah, that.
The consortium?
Yeah, so we had the money that we got from that, we had to create its
Oh,
own fund,
okay.
like where we can use it wherever we want to use it. So that's how much.
Is that the RC?
No, it's
Lee
not the
County?
RC.
Just
It's
the
Lee
county?
Yeah, we got like a check for like 100 and some thousand. So we basically been using that money to pay teacher tuition, like when we had that
Yeah.
tuition grant.
Yeah, it's an extra thing we get.
So I'm trying to, and now we use that one for like the shirts that we buy the staff. It's almost done.
Once that's gone, that'll be gone.
Mhm, yes.
It's not an annual thing or anything.
No,
like
it's
that.
not. No, nothing's been going
It was a
into it.
one-time thing, yeah.
29,135, that is the industrial revenue bond, so that's payment in lieu of taxes that we have some of those companies that decide to do that. So that's what that is, that's a decreased bar. SB 9 is a 31,701. And then the 31,703, that is the state match capital outlay. The 31,900 is the EdTech decrease bar, and then the 25,233 is that SRSA grant.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically all these bars are just to match what is the actual cash versus of what was projected as budget.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'll need,
So we projected quite a bit more on our SB 9. We're having to decrease by almost 6 million.
and again, we have bills that come in the last minute, and so it's just, what I normally, because we have to, because we have to turn in our budget at a certain time. You wanna, the way I do it is I usually get like a 3-month average, and that's the number that I use for my, the guess of how much we're gonna pay.
So like you were just saying, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting decreased that much.
It's our budget.
It's,
Because we have great big
Yeah, 'cause-
$1 million things that come in.
right,
Yeah.
right, that makes sense. I understand. I was thinking, that we overestimated the amount of revenue.
Oh, okay. I see.
No, it's all just budget. This is just the budget. This is not the actual cash, and that's why y'all have the actual fund balances at the end.
Yeah, so if you look at the status of that.
I don't know if it's even in there.
Oh,
Is it?
we spent way too much.
Whoops, whoopsie.
I'm just like, Nicole doesn't look worried, so.
Yeah.
We're good.
So this is just, we will get this every year following audit, right?
Yes. Yeah,
This is not
and
a,
It's just an alignment.
And
this is
so-
just your alignment.
he just got it approved, and that's why I have it, and so Ped's already asking for it, so I just went ahead and put it in, but you'll have your own copy once he mailed them out. They haven't come in yet.
Well, I just mean, this is not necessarily gonna be a monthly
No, sir, it's not.
document.
No,
It's
sir.
just post edit
Right.
or audits.
Audit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I wasn't very good at it, but I was trying to explain that a while ago, but she's way better. She's a lot better at explaining it, so. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, so if you wanna look at like one of the little boxes, just, you can go to the 11,000 fund and I'll explain the cash. This is this number cash on deposit. That's what the actual balance sheet says. And then you have to add the due from other funds. And that's like, so that 11,000 fund is considered like a loan to the other funds that are in the negative. And so we're owed that much money from the other funds, so that's why you add it back in. And then your final audit cash position, and that's the number that I budgeted for cash. And so then you just subtract the two, and then you get your projected correct amount.
Right.
And then it tells you if you have a decrease or increase.
Thank you.
And you can look at the revenue actuals on the, the scope right here on the SB 9.
Oh, right.
And it kind of gives you a better picture of what's real time going on.
Right,
With the
right.
lag, 3 month.
Right,
So,
that makes sense.
so yeah, you can look at that and the numbers, they were kind of dropping last month, but right here, they're holding with 25 right here, according to, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought there was going to be, because the value of production went down a little bit, but maybe our production's still overall going up. Yeah.
So on the reasoning on why it's so much in January that you can look at, they said that the reason for the increase in revenue is because they did not have their distribution rates on time to distribute in November. So the distribution was done in December.
Mhm.
That was from the state office, the Lee County office. That's what because I asked that, like, wow, that's
And when
that's
you
really
go
big.
January 25 to January 26, it almost mirrors year over year. See what I mean? The numbers are not much different between last year and this year at this time.
Right, being a couple $100,000.
Which I kind of thought it may have dipped a little this year, but I haven't seen that yet.
Pretty solid.
Production's gone up, I guess.
Status BSG 9.
So, that is the status, so your audited cash balance, I already had that on there, and so, in our audit, and like I said, I think, I'm hoping by next month we'll have it all, but we didn't have any findings on our audit.
Very good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we did a great job this year,
Even with
again,
my Amazon.
again.
Even with your Amazon?
Even with my Amazon, we still.
He came,
We're all-
he came in like almost wanting to supposedly give him a finding for like,
And he was but he was,
Yeah,
I
he
thought he
was
was
kidding.
serious and he was just kidding. He seems real serious sometimes.
Yeah.
You know that guy? And anyway, he was just kidding. He said,
Yeah.
no, you're doing it right. Because I thought, what happened? Because he was telling me, anyway.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah,
sound like I
so,
did something
we didn't
bad.
have to change any balances on in our actual cash sheet, like everything matched up, so. Yeah, so the ending cash balance is 18 million. And then our budget balance is, 30, that's with the 5 million that we have to decrease on.
And just to recap on the SB9, that is with everything encumbered, correct?
So I have projects
Okay,
on different funds.
Okay,
They're not
that's-
all in, so majority of, the construction is out of the bond building, which is the 31,100. And then, I do have like 5 million out of like, operational ad valorem. But I don't have anything out of SB9, like maybe probably just one project, but if y'all need that, I can get that for y'all, but
That way you guys kind of know what's going on with each one and
I don't know if it's like
With each project.
oversharing.
kind of like financially where we're at,
I
like,
don't
like
know.
if, like in other words.
I don't know what all y'all need to know.
Like in other words, if the cash balance is 18 and we spent 26, that's a problem. So we want just to let you know it's still following within the,
I
You know
think
what I
that's- I
mean.
think that's reasonable.
it's still good. We'd be good. I'm not sure how to put that, but no, we're be good. We're still
Probably not
good.
that way.
We're still good. We're adequate. We're sufficient, sufficiently funded for the projects.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That took a while.
And then, let's see, I do have the cash sweep deposit. We did get, 292,000 from that. That's from the Wells Fargo cash sweep. And so the right side of it is how much interest went into each one of those funds. How it was divided.
And then the UBS shows what it also made as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I still don't know how to read that.
Yeah, and we're still
Okay.
figuring that one out. Yeah. Thanks. Because the
And then
cash sweep went
next,
down.
The next sheet is the checking accounts. And so, I think we discussed this the last meeting about changing our, balance from 1 million to 6 million to offset the charges of the bank. Did we have that conversation last, or was it just between
It was
us?
just us.
Okay. So that's one of the things that we did change was the rollover balance. So, right now in our accounts, we have $1 million, or we used to have $1 million, and, we do a evaluation of our account. We have our banker do that. And so it looked like because of as much money as that we carried in there, it was causing a lot of, fees. So we weren't gonna have enough money in there to pay, so he suggested that we raise it up to 6 million, and so it's not literally coming out of it's in the back end of our account. So it was raised up to $6 million. So at the end of the day, everything goes into the cash sweep except 6 million. And so then that's how we earn interest off.
$1 million doesn't cover our fees.
So it's like how much, I don't, the bank rates that they have, they charge everybody. Businesses are in a different category than personal. And so the interest rates there was like 3.4 compared to like last year was like a point higher or something. And so it's just how much activity is coming in and out of our account, like they charge everything on it. And so,
So do we have a document or an idea of how much we're actually being charged?
yeah, it's like nothing outrageous or anything, it's a normal thing. But like, they said that if we put more money into there, I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared to explain all this to y'all, so I don't have it all in like in my
Because she
brain right
explained
now.
it to me and I'm already.
Yeah, cause we
going out.
I made sure that we both had the conversation
Yeah,
about
we-
it and documents and everything, but that's just one of the things we changed, just so we would have to physically write out a check to cover bank fees that we.
Yeah, because see, we were having to just write a check out to cover any kind of fees that were not in the account, so it wouldn't go anyway. So this way, we raise it where we don't have to write the check separately for fees.
The 6 million, and the interest it makes covers the fees.
Yes.
Versus the 1 million.
Yes.
So if 1 million, we were paying 6 million, the interest covers the fees.
Well, it's not that we're paying, it's just that our banking
We're
in
lost.
there,
Just the
yeah.
interest from it
Yeah.
will pay the fees. fees. That's what,
Yes.
it's not that it's $1 million worth of fees. It's the interest coming off of the $1 million wasn't
So
sufficient to
the
pay the
bank can make
fees.
their money.
Does that make sense?
That
So,
makes sense.
so
Right there.
that,
That makes sense.
because you were like,
Until
how?
right then, I was
I had to
like,
read a little
man.
bit more here.
No,
Yeah, right there. I was
It's,
like,
that's how, because I was like, yeah, now I remember the
So
conversation.
we earn more interest on
You
6
earn more
million, obviously.
interest to pay the fees.
Which covers our fees.
So we don't have to write them a
on
check.
the
Right.
Yes.
front end.
Exactly.
There you go.
Makes sense.
I don't
Yeah,
have that
because this
problem.
is like a daily, like I said, it's a daily sweep, so everything but the 6 million will sit there.
Right.
And so the next thing is the Stagecoach sweep, and that is it gives you like the list of investment balance and what the yield is and so forth. And then you have to turn around the next day and put it back in our account, so we could use it. And then that last page is the UBS statement. And we're not keeping any of this money. What we're doing right now still is just reinvesting. So anytime we make any money off of, at the end of the month, he's turning around and investing into more bonds.
It's just.
Yeah.
building.
Was that-
Yes, yeah.
Was that
'Cause we-
one bad check? Did they bring the cash in and fix it?
Who,
That $800 one?
it wasn't a bad check on us. I mean,
Well,
it was,
someone that gave us one, and did we get the money from him?
Yeah.
Because you
they
said bring
did,
cash in.
okay, yeah, so that was an activity account.
Yes.
The $800 one was our fault.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, what did we do? Why was it our fault?
we didn't do a positive pay on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do a positive pay,
It like
bounces
rejects
back,
it.
Rejects it. It's all ACH stuff.
There's a
You-
lot of money in there.
Yeah, so we create
I
a
know, and
check.
that's why, and I see that, I'm going, what is that? So she explains it, I'm like, oh, okay,
So
and then a
we-
week later, I'm going, I don't know what.
On checks, we create checks and then we have to go into Wells Fargo and
Yes.
validate the
Yes.
checks and the amounts. And so
And
sometimes
if you
like,
don't validate that, it will shove it back. at
So it's
you.
like a security measure.
it
Yes,
is.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's why
So
we
you're
run
saying, yes,
checks
that's ours.
once
Yes,
a
that's
week. And so it kind of, when you have to run an extra check on a different day, it kind of throws it off.
And it's not real uncommon. I mean, it happens occasionally during school year.
That makes sense.
But yeah, on that one check, yeah, we
Yeah.
made that person come in to give us
Good,
cash.
okay, good. Because we
And-
don't
and we're
get
doing
that
the
very
same
often
thing,
either,
like-
bounce checks, but when we do, she's telling them bring cash in, don't write us another check, so. And that was the only
And then when they
one.
bring cash in, we obviously have mechanisms to track the cash that goes straight into the accounts.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And so that's all I have.
Any questions?
Nope. Pretty good.
Mrs. Crawford?
Did y'all approve the?
We did not.
The
Okay.
bar's not yet.
So the bars and then eliminate any maintenance or transfer bars to eliminate negative balances.
I'll make that motion.
Did we lose Mrs. Crawford?
Mrs. Crawford? I guess we did. I heard a
Bean,
bloop.
bean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we still have a quorum, but if we don't have any questions, we'll need a motion to approve maintenance and transfer bars to eliminate negative balance.
Make that motion.
One second.
All in favor? Thank you. I appreciate that. 'cause
Yes, thank you.
Brian was absolutely zero help.
I was like bumbling and scrambling and trying to figure it out.
I was just like,
And
there's
I
a lot
was,
of
I
big
knew
numbers
what,
here.
I knew what it
About
was.
to be
but
confused.
I knew, but I couldn't
There's no
explain it
bars,
like
but
she
there's
did.
bars.
I couldn't explain it like she did.
Thank you.
She says she can
Thank
still
you.
hear
Yeah.
and see us.
Really?
Yeah, she just texted that.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there's.
Are you there now, Ms. Crawford?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me and you?
For some reason, you've been turned off and went into the audience where you couldn't respond. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
You didn't have any questions for Nicole, did you?
No, I didn't, but thank her for doing such a good job of explaining all of that. Most of that was new
Right.
to me, anyway.
All of us, I think. Perfect. Okay, bills lists.
I didn't see it.
I didn't have any questions on the bills list.
No.
Mrs.
Nor
Crawford,
did I. No, sir.
need a motion to approve the bills list?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, old business, ongoing business, letter A, housing quotes, $562,601.22.
Okay. That is the quote from HomeSpot to get a house and brick it and concrete it and be identical to the other ones. And it's about the same, it didn't go up from the other ones.
So,
That's two houses.
right, because we
That's
always get
yes.
confused here.
You always get confused.
No, yes, that's a true story, and it's no
It's
different now.
two houses, three bedroom
Contestants
units.
clearly had nothing to do. So, one unit, a duplex for $562,000. Did the city ever, and I apologize, I've been gone, I don't know if the city ever came back to the board or said anything to Mr. Snyder about our location? They were still.
So it will be facing the softball field, the two houses. You'll go out the front door, you'll be looking at the fence of the softball field. That's where they'll be together, like, like two of them. They won't be.
Well, I see what Jim's asking though. You were gonna make a bid to the
Yes,
city. Did they approve the bid for those two lots, 17 and 18?
I don't know where they're at, but they accepted the bids. Mr. Loftus?
Yeah, so I have an email from Molly, and she says that they were on a second reading of the updated covenants because of what we were wanting to do with those lots. And so it was gonna be, as far as what we need to do, we don't need to do anything right now. They're gonna have their other meeting to approve those second reading of the updated covenants, and then they'll come to us when it's time for us to do something on our part.
Right, what was the idea of cost and things of that nature? Because when the meeting that I attended,
22,000 per lot.
22,000 per lot. And we're
We
buying,
put the minimum bid in, that's their minimum.
That's their minimum bid.
okay. And
Yes.
one lot, right?
Two. Right next
Two
to,
lots.
they'll fit on, they have to change their covenants so one structure can be on two lots. Whereas it reads now, they have to have one house per lot.
Per lot.
And now they're changing it for us so they can, and they're fine with that. They just it's going through their housing and zoning is what.
So we're spending $44,000 to get
Two lots.
two lots,
Two
which is
houses.
gonna house or be a place for this.
Yes, sir.
Which will be 4 units, right?
Two units
Yeah, that's all. I'm saying. Yeah, so it's one home,
with 6 bedrooms.
but 2 units, one duplex. Let's just call it a duplex.
So when you go down there, it's one of those buildings because there's 4 already there.
Mm-hmm, okay.
Another one of those, yes.
Mrs. Arbus.
So one of those costs $500,000 plus the 44?
Wait, yes,
So they weren't interested at all in doing anything with us on the cost of
No,
that?
because I asked them point blank in the board meeting.
Oh, in the city commission meeting?
Or, yeah, the city council.
City council meeting, I mean?
Oh, yes.
That's what I meant.
They said the minimum bid would work though, so.
Who gave that answer, just out of curiosity?
I don't remember which one, but they all agreed, so.
Just
Even
because
Freddie,
there
I'm
was-
not sure.
Just because that meeting that I attended, it sounded like we were gonna have more of a conversation about the cost. I mean, that's a board decision, but.
Yeah.
So we do believe they are gonna change their covenant. Why is somebody grinning at me? I don't understand.
Yes, they said they were. They all told me that they were, so.
Okay,
In front of me, I asked them and they
right,
said they would
right.
get
That
it all
they
changed.
would get
and
the covenant.
transfer
That's
it.
not a problem.
Not the problem.
It's just the cost. They wanna charge us $44,000
They wanted to charge us the minimum bid
the land we gave them.
for the land we gave them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, something doesn't seem right about that.
Okay. Well, but that's a different conversation because that's not on here right now, right? At this point.
It's just the house to approve the. to
So
buy
if
it.
we approve the house and they start moving, are they gonna start building the house and then we're gonna be, at that point, we're gonna be tied into a $44,000 purchase.
Mhm. We already are
We already are.
tied into the $44,000 purchase.
Not on paper, are we? I
Yes.
mean, not physically. right?
Bid's been submitted and they've accepted it. So I don't know where they're at. I don't have any idea how they do all that, but
So you,
So you have proof that it's been accepted.
yes, from the
Okay.
city. They
Okay.
accepted our bid. They
no,
just
I
don't
was just
know
saying
about-
that the board, this was already.
Yes, the
voted
board
on.
already voted on that.
Perfect. So we move forward with this, then that it's not That's not a surprise later on.
Okay. No, but we may have a pleasant surprise coming up. I'll tell you about it later. I don't really want to say much about it, but
It doesn't affect what we're talking. I mean, it's not.
no,
directly
it
related
has
to
nothing
this
to do
agenda.
with anything
Okay.
other than them. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You guys have any questions? So, and you had said that this was a same, really close or the same price as
It's exactly the
what
same.
we, so the ones we've already purchased years ago, they haven't gone up.
They really haven't gone up hardly anything. He said that the quote's almost the same, so. That's good. The price of the houses hasn't gone up, because they order them.
As an entity, are we not, oh, no, never mind. I was thinking sales tax for us was different.
No, sales tax is not, but tax is. And we don't get taxed on stuff, but we do
Right.
have to pay sales tax.
This is why the meetings take so long.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
It takes me a while to process.
So what we need to do is get this ordered, and even if something did happen with the city, we would have one ordered that we could put anywhere.
So what's our time frame once we put in the order?
Several months is usually how long it takes to get one. Probably 2 or 3 months is what it took on the other ones.
For January,
So are each of these 3 bedrooms?
3-bedroom, 2-bath, the 1,500 square foot.
They're exactly like the other ones.
Right.
They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Mr. Simmons lives in one.
Right.
So is it 6
Yeah,
total?
he used to be my neighbor.
3 in each side of the duplex?
Landscaping, all of
That's
that.
everything. That's turnkey, just like the other ones
Exactly
are,
like the others,
identical
okay.
to the other ones.
It just doesn't list.
That's landscaping, driveways, outbuilding.
I just didn't see that part on the, oh, wait, no, I lied.
it's there.
You're right, it is.
Yeah.
I
And
think
so,
it's there, yeah.
It is.
like the brick is 25,000.
Storage building, fencing, everything.
Yeah, it is, right.
And to set those the correct way on the foundations is 23, which normally they don't do brick and set them the way that we did. We did them like top notch,
What we want.
which would be about 50,000 you could save right there if you didn't do it. So I'm just saying that we didn't cut the corners on the houses. We wanted them.
Let's not start now.
Yeah, we're in one.
Yeah.
Right, right. So I think that they're a standout. They look good.
Even 200 amp services, we had that upgraded. So some of them, they don't.
So
put-
each one's getting a 10 by 10 storage building? Or
Yes.
they're getting 2 each?
Each one's getting one.
They're charging us for 2 on this one.
Yeah, there should be 2 buildings. Is that one for each duplex, one for
We're
each
getting
unit?
2 duplexes.
Okay, so this price is for both duplexes.
This is for everything, yeah.
One duplex.
This is both
Two of
duplexes.
everything, yeah.
Each.
So
driveways,
562,000
2 front yards.
to
That's
2 duplexes.
Yes.
Okay, that's not one.
No,
That's
it's
2.
one duplex, but it's 2 housing units.
That's confusing.
Houses within that building,
Okay,
duplex.
Where did the stairs go, Jim?
There is always really.
2 plus 3.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that is because I go over the same thing with the guy, and it's just like Jim and I having that every time I get a quote from him. Okay, that is 2, right? And then, no, like 2, no, 2. Anyway, it turns into the same conversation every time. Yeah.
Were you there when I asked?
No, I don't know.
I asked a question.
There's too many numbers going back to back.
Well, I asked a question. We were walking through the elementary school. And we're building stairs. And I said, well, where do those stairs go? And it didn't click.
I was there.
Go up to the second floor.
To the second floor, you idiot.
It's got too many tabs open.
Wow. Yeah. It was like buffering.
Does anybody know
All
what
right,
the
perfect.
city is asking for those houses? They're listed already.
Control, delete.
Right.
Yes.
Control.
So, does anybody have any questions? I mean, this has been a lot of conversation for months now. And I've been gone for 2 months, so I don't know what y'all have discussed while I've been gone. So I'll just throw it out on the table for the 3 of you that are here, because I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, or if we're ready to move forward with this. Obviously, I think we made the decision a few months ago to move forward, at least investigated what we already had, because we knew the quality of what we had and that it's, and it kept our teacher just all together in a community-ish.
If I remember correctly, I don't have a great memory, but if I remember correctly, we all decided last meeting that we were gonna go for it. Didn't we?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, I remembered something.
We were waiting on hard numbers. That
You were
was-
waiting on the actual quote to come through, because all we were just still doing is the land. So we got that taken care of, and now the next step is the house.
Okay.
Correct. That's all we did was go forward with at least securing the property so that we could, if we need to, produce another teacherage. But that's kind of where we stopped and we asked for quotes. And Mr. Snyder said HomeSpot was the cheapest and they did a good job, and we kind of wanted it to mirror what's already there because everybody's had lots of comments and suggestions and compliments about what's there. It looks great. It's being developed. The city's following suit. So is an individual. And so we thought, based on Mr. Snyder's list of teacherage and all the money involved there, again, goes back to the rent going up and the increase and all that we addressed as well. Based on the need, we thought we would at least open the door to moving forward with another one.
Perfect.
And then that also includes, so this quote, because you look at that, you're like, I could go buy a house like that. Well, you could, but we have to pay 30%. Think about that. We have to pay a 30% prevailing wage rate because we're a school district for building these.
Correct.
Just to let you know, that's why they're higher. I could go off the street, I could go get one cheaper than that, but I'm not a school district.
Right.
I have to pay the goofy 30% charge.
So
Whatever.
therein lies the reason we were
That's why they're that.
trying to determine whether we really need one or not, but we didn't feel like we would get hurt by purchasing the lots and maybe moving forward at a later date with building.
Understood.
The longer we wait, the more it goes.
Right. So, that being said, Mr. Snyder has any, and again, I'm gonna have to ask to repeat some stuff just because I wasn't here and the board just wants to fill me in. Is there any change on, the need or the necessity of these?
No,
The teacherage?
no, just that it's looking like we might already be one short because of the whole SRO. Anyway,
Okay.
that whole situation. So it's a lot of it. So that's the thing about it. You know, the housing is definitely the board's business, but all of the staffing that leads up to it is what's kind of hard for me to explain
So-
to you in an open meeting. You know, like in other words, there could be positions that may require two people to replace the one house that we have them in now. We just
Husband
need
and
more
wife
houses.
living in
Yeah.
one versus.
Yeah.
Right.
We
unknowing.
probably will need one, and then we've got a CTE program that Mr. Richard's gonna tout for you here in a minute, that we
So-
don't know if we're gonna add somebody.
But,
to
so,
the
but
staff.
if we don't even talk about specific positions, if we just talk about FTEs or
Staffing needs.
staffing period,
Yeah, yes,
right now, it looks like we might be one unit short on our current staffing needs.
yes, but I'm not sure yet.
Not 100% sure. And then our staffing need may go up with CTE. Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
yes, and SRO is required to have one, and right now we don't.
Right.
And yes.
And yeah, well, and yeah, that's.
There's just a lot of details on that because that we will need one for another SRO.
Okay.
And so do you have that? I think it's on the agenda that you are going to provide that list again every month
Yeah, yeah.
of the teacher. Okay, I want to see it, but obviously I'm
Yeah.
not there, so.
Oh, who's in what? Yeah, who's on first? That's what, do you have that one? Do you have it?
I have the line in my list, or my agenda packet.
I didn't see this
From the last meeting?
No, I thought maybe Mr. Snyder would give it out in his report.
Yeah, we have the
I just thought it
current
was in the
housing
packet.
list
Oh,
with
oh,
my
okay, you
report.
mean like,
But-
okay.
Well,
I
because
think I
it,
just got it written down.
guys, it wasn't,
Who's in what house?
it
We had it
wasn't
for the
the,
last meeting. right?
Yeah, we had it on the
was in
last
one.
meeting.
You for sure did on the last meeting. I was just wondering if it was going to be updated or given to us because
No.
I'm like y'all, I forget a lot and I have to look
Yeah.
right back at it every
I
stinking
know, I'm the
time.
same way, yeah.
so what I thought was, and if we could, because I think we asked, or we were doing it every month.
Mhm. Yeah, you get it every month, yeah,
Right,
with my
right.
report, yes.
Yeah, well, if we could put it in the packet, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
so
that way
we
you have it ahead
yeah,
of
so we have it
time.
hand ahead of time,
We
right?
sure can. I'll get her to just permanently put it in the packet and it'll say.
Perfect. Yeah.
So just because. I-
That way
I
it
tried to
doesn't
look
have
at
to
it-
come along with my
I tried to
report.
look at
just
it
there.
beforehand, so I.
That way you kind of know who's where.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I just like to look at my packet before I get here, so I have an idea. She's making us copies right
Yeah,
now.
she's gonna get a copy of the current one.
So, without getting into specifics, I know our city contract says that we will provide a teacherage. We have 2 SROs, and they both are in teacherages, correct? Okay, so with even changing an SRO or reassigning, or however we want to call that,
Bless you.
bless you, the SRO that is in the teacherage that would be swapped out and not working as an SRO, that opens that residence for the next SRO, correct?
Sure.
This one?
If the SRO needs it.
But so,
So why are we short one, if that makes sense?
Because we have another staff member that needs it.
so the SRO that we have been
Sorry.
using lives in a city
I don't-
provided home. Does that not
I
will
don't
that not
know where-
suffice?
I don't know where the current one is.
Well, our contract with the city
Because we will provide that.
allows for us to provide a teacher, or a home, a residence, right? So if they're working for the city, which, I mean, obviously they're.
I don't know,
police
like I
officers.
said, there's stuff that I haven't talked to them yet. I'm
Well,
going to.
I
But
guess
there's nothing I don't know yet, is what I'm trying to say. There's no, we can sit here and speculate, but I don't
Well,
know.
but we were connecting it to the SRO scenario,
Mhm.
but I
Yes,
don't know why.
because it does have to do with it. I'll tell you later. I mean, I'll explain it to you, but the SRO doesn't need it, but the SRO may end up needing it, the new one.
Okay, so we have 2 SROs right now.
And
And we
only
have
one's
two-
housed.
Well, they were both housed
They were,
previously.
yeah. Now, there's a staff member that's gonna move into the other one, that the SRO was in.
Okay, so we didn't identify those as SRO homes only, because we
No.
know we have to have SROs.
We have housing for SROs, but it doesn't say where or which.
But now we don't. We don't have a house for an SRO.
Yeah.
And we're contracted
That's
to.
what I'm trying to say. We might, everything's okay right now, so
So maybe we should assign,
Dedicate properties to
Dedicate.
SRO.
no, because if you have a single SRO, that doesn't make sense to have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. When you do have a 2-bedroom that they could be in, it has to be like a puzzle. Like, so we may get somebody with 3 kids in, we don't want to put them in a 2-bedroom when the SRO's in a 3, or we don't want to put the SRO with 5 kids in a 2-bedroom. I mean, it's like a puzzle. It's like,
So-
we just
Makes
have
sense.
it designated that we do have a house for the SROs if they need it. It says, And then even if they don't, even if we didn't, they always work with us. The city will, like, we'll do this
well,
until.
I
you
guess
get
my biggest
one.
worry is that we're contractually obligated, right? That's my worry,
Yeah,
is that we're obligated to
Yeah.
do it. And if we're relying on the
well, we
city.
do have one, so the other person may have to wait. But that's one of our staff members that will have to wait over an SRO, so.
I don't know, I guess I'm.
Hmm.
Are you guys confused? No? You guys are good?
I think I'm already on track with where you're going, but we'll find out in a little while.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
Well, we have to, I mean, I hate to say it, I hate to
Details either,
say it this way, but we can't be cryptic about it because it's a public meeting. And we're not using personally identifiable information, we're just talking about positions.
So there's a staff member that may not need it after all.
Are they in a house, are they in
They're
a,
not, but they may
Okay.
continue their current situation until we have one.
okay,
So that's why we still will need one, but we have the
but
SRO.
right now, we're good. And then our 2 SROs that we
I
have.
have not spoke to the other one that I've been hearing it through the grapevine, so.
So I thought we were the ones who assigned SROs.
We are if they need a house, but they
No,
have
no,
not
I mean-
indicated.
No, I mean, when we
Like we
When
interview.
we interviewed, yes, we were part of that hiring process, right? Or did they just send a new SRO over to us?
You're talking
Yeah,
about
she-
we choose the
We have
SRO,
to
not
approve it.
necessarily the house.
They were already an
Is
employee
that
of
what
the
you're
city,
saying?
like they
Oh,
were
yeah,
already
you're
an
right.
officer.
Right, right.
Yeah, they were
So
already a
they-
city officer in their own situation that may change now.
No, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is,
How was we hiring?
so when we created an SRO contract, when we went to the city, we were not going to allow them to just send us whoever they wanted.
So we
We were
were
part of that
part of the
selection
vetting
process.
process.
Absolutely,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
So.
I still had to approve it, but yeah,
But we don't know anything about their situation.
they didn't say. If
Well, I
they
mean,
don't.
we didn't ask though.
No, but they didn't need one at the time, so. They didn't need anything at the time, and I still haven't talked to him. I'm only getting this from Mr. Loftus, and he told me that she may be coming to talk to me, so. I didn't,
Did we vet, in other words, did we go, had the change in our SRO?
I vetted that and.
We went and sat down and interviewed them with the chief, went to the date, and we interviewed them, but we don't know their situation.
Well, they didn't need a house at that time, so, but our MOU says that if they ever need one, we were supposed to have them. But at that time, their housing situation was fine.
And it's still fine right now?
For now, I don't know, I haven't talked to her, that's what I'm trying to say, but I don't know. Mr. Loftus, what?
Well, it's only been like 3 months, right?
Yeah,
I mean, is that
I don't know what I don't.
2? I don't know.
So
I guess,
What-
the reason I'm
yes, sir.
only asking, I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
yeah, no, you're good. Yes, sir.
Is because I know Mrs. Crawford just made it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mrs. Crawford, Mrs. Crawford. You're wanting to know whether or not we actually need the units, correct?
And we do.
Correct. That's always, always been my thing. You know, we just keep building and building and building and furnishing and furnishing and furnishing.
Right.
Is it really necessary? So I
Yes.
would like, and we've asked before, you know, to see that list all the time. Just what's full, what's not, what do we need?
Right, and that's why I was asking, is just because I know her clarification was, do we need it?
So from my understanding, we technically right now we have one house that is vacant
Okay.
right now. There has been a staff member that has been on basically like a waiting list because they are in their first contract,
Right.
which we did not have any housing available for that person. So they were kind of like, okay, once one comes open, you're gonna be our.
Makes sense.
So that will take care of the one open unit right now. So then we would have 0 vacant. Well, if you
And the one
deep
we have
dive,
open right now is the former SROs?
yes, correct. So if you kind of play this out a little bit with our MOU with the city, it states we have to provide, which we would not have a place.
Absolutely, which is what we have to prevent, and that's where I was trying to go with that. I couldn't figure out, and I'm sorry, maybe I didn't understand what Mr. Snyder was,
Yes,
what
that's what
direction
I'm
was
trying
going
to say.
to.
Yeah,
So-
because there's also a personal situation with the other teacher that didn't need one at the first of this
Well,
contract.
but even all that.
But they're
yeah.
still in their first contract, so.
Right.
We can still extend one, but if not, this person can just keep driving until we have one available.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, ultimately though, what you said, Coach, was that we have, we're obligated contractually, and right now
For
we
the
can't,
SRO.
we cannot fulfill if we put the teacher that's waiting.
Yes, right.
Now, my question is, I'm sure Mrs. Crawford would ask this next, would be that if we're contractually obligated, should we not,
Keep it open for the SR.
keep it open for the SRO? And at what point does that SRO have to come to us and say, I mean, we can't just sit in limbo waiting to decide, for them to decide. They either need to, because it's been
It'll be
like
a
3
triage.
months right now,
It'll be a
right?
triage situation, so the
No,
SRO
no,
will get it.
what I'm saying is right now is if the SRO needs it, shouldn't we have already been informed that they need?
Yeah, you would think so, because I haven't been informed.
Okay, so I understand that it's in our contract with the SRO that we are supposed to provide their
Right.
housing.
Mm-hmm.
Is the SRO still considered a city employee?
Yes.
Yes,
So is there any issue when they're being provided city housing, even though they work for the city and they work for the schools or SRO? Is there any conflict?
There probably
There?
wouldn't be unless the city needed the house.
yeah, I don't know.
And then
yeah.
they could come to us and
That's all I can
say,
figure.
well, here's the contract with our SRO, and you guys are required to provide them housing. We need the house that the SRO, the officer is in.
Okay.
And then we're in that position where we cannot fulfill our end of the contract,
Got it.
right? So, I guess that would have to be a conversation or a discussion with the city to whether or not they would allow that to continue. And historically, unless we get something in writing, some sort of agreement with the city, that can change as much as the weather does.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the
Alright,
best
so-
answer is.
Yeah,
We
that's what,
know-
that's why it's so, I'm where you are.
Right.
So let me ask you this. We have
I'm sorry, not-
2 employees that are currently sharing a house that won't be here next year.
Possibly. Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, so that,
But it
We're-
may be
we're-
two
we're gonna
separate
be short.
positions. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100% not going to be here, right? Well, one for sure, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it may not, just depends on staffing and whether that position is replaced. See what I'm
So-
saying? So that, there's so much to the puzzle. I mean, it's all connected into staffing.
I guess the trouble is, and I understand what Mrs. Crawford has been asking us for quite a while now, is simply that we don't want to buy houses or build houses just on a whim or whatever. But I also understand how the puzzle has to fit together.
Yeah.
Um,
With staffing needs that are connected.
But at some point, I think when it comes to the contractual SRO, we might just have to bite the bullet. And unless we have just a couple of 2-bedroom, 1 bath or 2-bedroom, 2-bath houses that just happen to become available.
Yeah.
We can assign them to, but we might likely get an SRO that has a wife or a husband and 3 kids also.
Right.
So-
But then you also, the other.
'Cause we don't move people around based on
The
their.
other side, they can get an SRO that doesn't live here. They live in Hobbs because some of their officers do.
Right.
And they won't need a house, so we don't want one assigned that's not being used either. Like say the empty one right now, well, that's like saying, no, you can't have it, teacher, because that's for an SRO, even though we don't need it. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be based on needs, like some of them, like one SRO may not have kids. Well, you just want to put them in a 3-bedroom, so you shuffle them around, and put them in a 2-bedroom, that kind of thing.
That kind of, I agree with what you're saying, but it also sounds like you could throw some preferential treatment one direction versus another,
Yeah,
Well, and
if you're
we can't.
willy-nilly like that.
Yeah, well, and we don't move people around, right? We've never moved, let's say we have a single staff member in a home, a
Yes.
3-bedroom, 2-bath house. We've had them move out.
yeah, because we had a
move into smaller home.
5-bedroom that she had to move over to one of the apartments
Okay,
or the duplexes because we had somebody with 3 kids moving in there.
okay,
See what I mean? So
okay.
yes, that has
That
does
has
happen.
happened,
It
okay.
does happen.
Case by case.
Housing is not address specific. It's just
Understood.
housing. Yes.
Understood. Okay.
It's probably addressed in that contract that we revisited and redid, or y'all did,
Yeah.
Yes,
right? Is that,
Is that?
It just says housing. It
is
needs,
it covered? Yeah,
yes, it's covered. It says based on the district needs is
Right.
pretty much what your housing is. So it even says, if we don't have the houses, you aren't guaranteed a house. So if we don't have the extra houses, you just won't get one. You see what I mean? So, right.
Right. Okay. Well, I again, so basically, does everybody else have, I'm kind of trying to lead the conversation, and I apologize. Well, I don't apologize, that's literally my job.
We know you.
Does anybody have any additional concerns or questions, whether or not we move forward with this? What I gather is, we are going to be short, very likely, given potentially the SRO scenario. We have something coming up later on in the agenda that's going to address the CTE, which is likely going to, what I'm getting out of this is that we may end up having another teacher or increase by 1 FTE at least.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
So it sounds like the potential need, it is potential, but I'm sure it sounds like a realistic potential to have additional units. Right. That being said, any other discussion regarding it? Because if not, I'll call to a motion to approve unless we want to further discuss the need for the additional housing.
I really feel like the last meeting, we weren't talking just about the property. I thought we were also agreeing to move forward with purchasing the house. Am I remembering that incorrectly?
Yes, but we wanted hard numbers. We had guesstimates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have updated quotes.
And we said
We had no quotes.
we wanted this right here. This is what we wanted before we could
Okay.
make an improvement.
Okay,
And then we approved him to go after the minimum bid for the property.
Correct.
So on the
This is,
topic of the housing quote and moving forward with the purchase of the duplex unit for $562,601.22. If there's no further discussion, or do we need further discussion? And if we don't need further discussion, we can entertain motions,
I'm all for it. I will make the motion that we go forward.
okay?
I agree.
You're good with it as well? And we have a first and a second. So we can call the vote. Need a motion to?
I'll make that motion.
Yeah,
I'll second.
yeah. All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Are you good with that?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Sorry to beat that to death, but
Yeah.
being gone and.
Well,
And then for $500,000.
and that being said, I think it's a very important issue that we face that does need discussion. So you guys are not out of line by discussing it because it's something you shouldn't just keep approving like what,
Well, I
Amy-
think
what,
that-
what
I
Ms.
think-
Crawford's saying.
I think the biggest thing that I gather, because I mean, I know I missed 2 meetings, but I know we probably discussed it for 3 or 4 prior to me being gone. I think the biggest component, which is, and I don't know how to satisfy it, is to try to do a little bit better in predicting what we're gonna need, and maybe we just have to know that, we may have a housing unit sitting empty.
But that's the thing, the complexity of staffing is what dictates it really. And
Well,
that's something
that's
that's
what I'm
hard
saying,
for
is
me to even.
We might
quantify.
have a unit that sits empty, which
Right.
would be okay,
Yes.
which would be
If we
okay,
didn't
in my
need it.
opinion. Well, yes, that's what I'm saying, if we
Sure.
didn't.
I wouldn't mind having an extra one just to have it semester turnover. You never know at semester, what if a husband and wife leaves?
The
and,
other component is that, and this is, again, just what I see just today, is obviously we've had a lot of, the SRO scenario has been fluid for the last few months.
Sure.
Well, that being said, if we did vet the one that is currently SRO, I think that conversation needs to be very direct with all of our staff member. Every time we interact with them as a new hire, is simply, do you need housing or do you not?
Yeah,
And if they say no, then we don't have that hesitation in our mind like we are right now
Yeah.
of not knowing whether they will or not, because they've already made an active decision that they do
And
or do
that
not.
conversation is had with everyone.
Okay,
even
so,
including
well,
this
you were
SRO.
just speaking about this SRO and
Yeah.
maybe things changing, so I didn't understand.
Yeah. So when she interviewed everything, no housing was needed.
Well, perfect.
So that was the thing,
Okay, it just sounded to me that it was
Is
questionable.
that like on paper too, when, like, instead of like a rental agreement, like, okay, well, here's your school contract, you just said no to housing.
Yeah, there's no contract with the SRO since they're not our employee.
Well, no, what we're saying is, but we do have a contract with our,
Yeah,
they are, I mean, we are
Yeah,
contractually
to have a
obligated
house
to,
for 'em.
right.
yes.
So do they check a box saying no housing needed?
No, they don't. They just tell me they don't need it.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah,
Maybe we should add
on that one, maybe, yeah.
Or
But
just-
even just like in the current situation, right? Sometimes things change and they
Right.
might have to revisit that contract and say, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Cover us.
Even though they did check the box, but you're not,
Well, but that would allow us.
I know what you're
at least
saying
initially-
covered, but
In
an
other words,
MOU does not need coverage. It's just us saying this. It's about worth what the paper is that it's written on. Just to be honest, it is not.
No, I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if we can't, I agree that it's not really worth the paper it's written on.
Mhm.
But our word here
Is
is.
important. Yeah, yes.
So if we say we're going to provide it,
And we do have one, so.
what I'm saying is if we say we're gonna provide it and the new employee says no housing needed, perfect, we can move on. And then 6 to 8 months later, their position changes. Oh, we can reevaluate that.
Right. They're still in their first contract too, so.
Right, well,
Anyone.
I mean, at any time, we can be.
Yeah, even if they're not in their first.
Right, we can be open to reevaluating and talking.
Sure.
But I just, even though the MOU, right, is not overly binding,
Complicated, yeah.
but our word is, so I think we want to be
Yeah, sure.
sure on that component.
And we do have one. I
Sure.
just don't know all the circumstances without talking to them. So I don't know what's going on with that. As far as I know, as of the other day, they don't need one. So that's all I know at this
Well, that's
point.
what I'm saying. So we should have a piece of paper that say, check the box that they do not need a house.
Mhm.
So at least we're covered by that
Yeah,
component.
that
And,
would-
and if it changes, we can say, hey, look, they told us
Yeah.
that they didn't need one.
That frees us from the he said, she said,
Right.
you know, I don't.
Gives us adequate enough time to give them
To
something,
get one, right.
get them somewhere.
Last thing we want is the city to come back on us and say,
You owe us.
well, yeah, you guys aren't fulfilling
Yeah,
your
you said that.
obligation. Right, so something to consider and can we, I don't know how we move forward with that, of adding that to that contract of all of our teachers' contracts.
Mhm.
Is that somebody willing to make that document for it to,
Yeah.
or that component?
I'll add it to the hiring process.
Perfect. Or at least the paperwork they sign.
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford, are you good with that?
Yes, sir. Good with that. Absolutely.
Each of you guys are as well? Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. All right, so on that whole thing, we're moving right on to the housing policy adoption with rental amounts included. Okay.
So if you look on on the housing, is that what you're talking about, the housing contract?
Yes, the
Okay, is that
letter.
where we at? Okay, is that,
We don't have that paper.
yeah, you should, there is no paper.
Oh,
So-
7B.
So
I
the
saw something.
So what the contract changed is it just added the amounts at the bottom, updated. And so if you look at our last minutes, what we did was so this is just to approve it within the policy of what you already approved. So now it's in the contract of the housing. Letitia's not here, so I don't have that contract pulled up today because we didn't even have a school day. But anyway, so if you'll look, it's $700 for the first year.
C.
And an increase of 50, cap it at 950 for year number 6. So that's all that it does is put it on the bottom of the existing contract. It just puts the amounts that y'all already approved. And that's what was approved last time, Jim.
Okay.
On the amounts. That way you know what's the cap and where they're gonna start and how much does it go up each year. That's the important numbers, you know.
So when we did this, then, so we changed. There you go. It sounds
Change the
like,
bottom to 700.
right. But wasn't there in our original contract, and it may be in the one you guys, or the last one,
Yes.
wasn't there a limit in which that at some point it becomes,
After so
I
many,
thought it was
after
3 years.
After,
That says
yes,
6.
after 3 years, it becomes whether the district needs the house or not, whether it's offered to you. If the district needs the house, you're only guaranteed 3 years in it.
Okay, and that's in
After
the
that,
contract.
this is just covers how much the rental.
Right,
will
and
run.
that's in the
That is in the
contract, the
contract.
3-year.
Yes, it's in there pretty solid too. Our attorney actually drew that first one up a long time ago, so.
Well, yeah,
It's
that's,
pretty concrete.
I just didn't know if that had changed.
No, nothing changed on the rules. Nothing changed on the rules. And so if the district needs it after 3 years, then that's all you're guaranteed is 3 years in schoolhouse.
Right.
And then if we don't have the house, a new one may come in and you have to find something else. I mean, technically, that's what,
Understood, right.
if we don't feed the monster, that's what would happen. So,
Excuse me. Any further discussion? on It's not actionable, but, because you guys already made the motion.
No, no,
You guys
no.
already
But it's
approved
a-
it.
You guys
adopted
you
tonight.
decided it, but you didn't adopt it.
Oh.
So it just needs to be
Yeah.
adopted
So
on
it
the
is
new
an
rental
actual
rate.
line.
The new rental
Okay.
rates are what's adopted.
Understood,
Yes.
okay. So,
And I apologize for not having the actual lease in there, but like I said, I didn't have it available today, so.
what are we learning? We're learning Mr. Snyder cannot operate without his office staff.
Yes, that is, and that's no,
That's
a few of them anyway. You are correct on that.
I understand,
It grinds to a halt without these ladies.
Yes, they can make or break.
That's
Perfect, so that being said, we need the motion to approve the previous policy that from last month is the only addition to that policy was the actual added amounts of
Mhm.
700 for year one, increasing by $50 annually. But that
To
doesn't
year
add up.
Six.
Caps to 950.
But that's, so $50 times 6, right?
But no, it caps, so it goes up to before that.
But it says
but
6
it's-
years in there.
Yeah.
So 50 times 6 is 300.
You start at 700 the first year.
And then it goes to 950.
Is that right? Okay, you're the math guy, so I'm trusting
And it goes to 950.
you. I'd have to use my.
So
big-
that's-
I was doing it.
One times one.
Right. Okay, all right, perfect. So if you guys saw the previous, you guys are okay with the amounts, just need a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Yes,
Crawford?
sir.
Deal, thank you. Palm staff and visitor conduct policy.
Okay, do we have anything on that one, on the policy, or is it just what we had already put in the updates into the, I think it's in here.
So what's in red here?
It's-
What's in red is what's added.
Staff conduct.
Yeah.
So you guys know what it is that was added, and that's good for you, Mr.
And that
Costello.
was based
Based
on
competencies.
that questionnaire sheet that all visitors are going to sign if they're gonna have unsupervised access to students, basically how they conduct themselves and things like
And
that.
so it goes on.
That was presented last,
Yeah, it's visitors,
To you guys.
contractors, employees, all.
So everybody who interacts with students.
Everybody who comes to the school basically on a regular basis.
yes. And that is coming from POMS. To,
Suggesting that we cover CYA on all this.
yes.
No.
And that means cover your assets, by the way.
Yes.
Just so you'll know.
Yeah, got it.
So if you look at all the red bullet points, that's what's been added into staff conduct on this. And like I said, any visitor coming in, anybody has to check this off too, not just them.
So
Just say it.
that's
Jim.
that's why these meetings take so long, because I have questions. I'm so
But
sorry.
we
No,
have
you
bits
need to
and
know.
pieces of this stuff everywhere, but it wasn't all in one place
Right.
like this.
So how are we going to enforce the social media thing? Because with all the staff members, we know for certain, I mean, without even question, that staff members and students are friends on social media. So, I mean, if it's in the policy, that's great, but is it enforceable?
So one thing that we are going to do, this, at the start of this next school year, is actually have the staff sign this too, and so that would be a good time to
Go over that.
to
with them.
go over, some of these, probably more points that need to be addressed, like that one right there.
There's more than one like that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah. I was just-
And some of these, are like big school type related. It doesn't, it's hard to apply that in a small school situation and stuff like that. It's just like, the whole don't give, little Johnny a ride.
Right.
It's 10 degrees outside and
And it's pitch
And-
black
right.
outside.
And ultimately-
It's a general camp.
sure, yeah.
And ultimately, you can control what you know about, but things that we don't, that covers us, is what I'm saying. Even if the employee is in violation, we are not, because that employee signed this saying that they didn't do it, even though they got in trouble or something happened. In other words, it's a CYA for the school district as well.
So
you know.
if you have a policy, and I'm asking, I'm not making a statement by any means. If we have a policy and let's say it's broken and God forbid there was a bad outcome, a relationship or something of that nature that ended up being litigated, do we have any obligation to know that on social media that they were connected. Because it's in our policy, but
Like, are you saying that we have to go and investigate?
Yeah, but it-
right,
our
yeah,
kids'
well,
social
I
media?
mean, no, not our kids necessarily, but our staff member, I mean, I know we can't investigate their social media, I don't mean that. But does this tie us to any obligation to know? No, you're saying no, okay.
I don't think you can, I don't think so, because you can't.
I don't know how you would.
You would enforce the policy if you knew about it, but yeah.
It's literally a CYA thing that does protect the district, because that person signed it. They were dishonest, not us.
Right.
Even when it comes down to it, you know, like, we said, don't do it. And then they did it anyway and something happened. Well, we said, don't do it. Well, if we, before this, we're like, well, we don't have anywhere.
Right.
We're trying to scramble looking for a word in a paragraph. That's what we've done that before. And we find it, but this is nice because it
I
actually,
agree.
here it is right here. And they signed it, you know? Yeah, so
I mean, I'm just unfamiliar.
No,
I
but
mean, I
that's a
don't know
good-
how to-
that's a good
Brought to our
question.
attention and we don't address it, then we react.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That
that's a
makes
good
sense.
question.
That makes sense.
Actually. And so that just codifies it and puts it in there.
Yes, sir.
There's anything in there I disagree with.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's what we
Some
were-
of these things are just
Yeah.
different.
We were looking at it
So,
over and we were like, there's
around.
nothing in here we disagree with. In fact, our policy catches it in most instances, but it's not just so blunt
This
and
is
here,
just
you know.
simple. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
says
straightforward.
Never provide.
There's no
I mean,
gray
it's
area.
no gray
Okay.
area.
And it's not like we're trying to find it somewhere on page 3, paragraph 10, you know.
Yeah, I'm completely good with it. I just-
Yeah, so with your approval, then, you know, this will be updated. I'll send it off to be updated within our policy.
So,
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, next year's, I thought we.
No,
Okay.
well, so that's my next question is, so once because this will go to our policy service and they'll update it in our policies. Now, this is directly staff related,
Yes.
right?
The-
So they will have to have been provided a copy of this policy
No.
because it's a policy change.
So like all of these are already things they can't do. It just not, it's mentioned, but not
So
all in
we're-
one
But they
place.
still have to
So-
see it in writing in order to say,
Yeah,
yes,
but
I know
our
about
policy
this.
is still, it's still in there.
So if-
You know.
And I hate to say, and I don't mean to, give you a pain in the butt. So if we were to go look ourselves, we could find each and one of these very clearly written.
No,
not like that.
not like that.
Not like that. I
So,
mean,
I
you could infer it in other written
Yeah.
policies,
being
but
inferred-
not black and white like that.
And you really can't infer a policy, right?
No,
I
it
mean,
needs to
I'm
be
asking.
black and white.
Well, I
You
mean,
want an email something?
like, you can infer certain things like, what am I trying to say regarding like,
And a lot of these are just against the law. They're not.
like
in our
professionalism,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
things like that, what falls, I mean, you can't list every single thing under being professional. So, you know, sometimes things just come up and you're like, well, that's
Yes.
unprofessional.
Well, say, look at this,
You know,
never
there's
block
just-
the window of the classroom door. That's a rule at both campuses already there.
Right.
Both principals do not allow that. So in other words, if they are violating that, they're already gonna get written up. It's just not in a list for them to check off and sign right now.
I think it needs to be.
Yeah, well, that's what this is, yes.
Okay.
But would it hurt us? And. I'll
It wouldn't hurt to
ask-
provide this to staff.
Yeah,
as soon as it's
Yeah,
we
adopted.
can send it out if you got,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, we will, if that's where.
Really good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I was asking anything in emails, so I was like, hey,
Yeah, we
policy, policy change,
we
you know.
can, you know, say something.
We need to make sure you know this.
Yes.
Yes,
This was adopted
Because we
at
could
last
send
night's
them-
and
meeting.
so we
It's
have a
literally like
March,
it should read.
we have a March staff development that will push it out to everybody on a piece of paper.
Once we approve this, it's
Yes.
effective, right?
Yes.
So March
It's too late.
is too late.
Yeah, well, it is, but all of this stuff is already against our, I mean,
Right,
I'm
but
just
it-
saying
like
there's
you it
nothing
said,
there
it's
that-
not been listed out this plainly.
I guess my
And-
thought is we could just simply, I don't know how
Okay.
you guys normally track that. I mean, that's not our deal.
I was
I don't
asking
see-
if
I
we
don't
send it
see-
out because of
we'll
what
make
we
sure,
do,
we'll make sure our staff
change
in both
them.
buildings get it.
I don't see any
Policies
problem for
or
at least
procedures?
taking
It's
these
an
two
email.
pages that have the
Just
An
red
email that
Yes.
says on
ink
there,
on them and just making sure each and
Yeah.
every
item
staff member has
A,
it.
1 through
That's
3.
not-
I agree.
You know,
Is there
if
a-
this is
is there a
changed, go
way
in there, read it, but it's the.
To have a
full handbook.
receipt that they.
So
received.
Mr. Goss,
Yeah.
every staff member
Email
will
saying
be
that they went.
provided a copy in their PLCs for this as soon as it's adopted.
I mean,
There we go.
again, I'm just,
That's what
Yeah,
we-
we'll do it, yeah.
if that's, or if you guys think that needs to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, we will.
I mean,
We'll
Yeah,
go.
we'll make, we'll make
If
it.
it's overdoing it, it's overdoing it, but.
No, it's not.
It's better to have too much information than not enough when it comes to
In
stuff
fact,
like
it
this.
might be a good thing to go ahead and initial and sign now as soon as it's adopted, rather
That's what
than
I'm
wait
saying.
until August.
Mr. Little's grinning at me. I
Okay.
don't know, he scares me a little.
No, I just,
So,
I
I-
let our staff know it's the beginning of the year.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not proper to have.
they already know, but it's.
Well, all of this stuff is.
But giving it to them in writing is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I just, perfect. Mrs. Crawford, did you have a copy of that policy, Bernie, as well?
Yes, sir, I do. It's in the agenda. Yes, sir.
Okay. We have to adopt it. Is there any changes? I never saw anything, so.
I'll make a motion to adopt it.
Will, or second, sorry.
All in favor?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So how do we give this to visitors, just out of curiosity? Like contractors and stuff? Do you just hand it to us?
It's, there's a stack at each, office
Each desk.
as they check in.
It's-
Yeah, so they'll still do the typical check-in where you
Yes,
use
sir.
your ID and stuff like that. But then on top of that, they have this that they fill out too.
Land lease next to Jowl Clinic. Item number, or letter D.
Okay, so if you'll look at that land lease there, it's already leased to Mr. Aiza for $1,000 a month. This is just to renew it another year.
We having any problems?
Black Hawk.
I say go for it.
And it's just a year, so the good thing is that we're not in a multi-year in case the land ever was needed by another entity. If we would have that choice every single year, so that's nice. You can't even make plans for another thing without waiting a year. You know what I mean is it would expire by the time we decided to do something else with it. That's why we wanted it just a 12-month every time.
Any questions on the public land lease with Mr. Bizer for the 12-month term at $1,000 per month?
I'll make a motion.
No, sir.
Okay.
I'll second it.
First, second, all in favor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, new business, baseball field camera system, community automation for $31,000, $1,164.21.
Okay, so the good deal on this is that now we are to the point where we need a camera system update. That means the facility is almost finished.
Wow.
That's one of the last capstone things we want to do to it is make sure the camera system's up and running out there.
And it'll connect to us.
Yes, sir. It's the advanced one that will connect with our home cameras.
I thought that was pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Cameras out there.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Letter B, varsity gym audio system upgrade.
So we've just patched that together year after year, and it really needs a good system.
Oh, yes.
Like
Yeah.
we have. It's terrible. Anyway, and we even took the speaker, some of the speakers are out, were out of the auditorium. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's always recycled. Why? Because we haven't had a company like this that's on it that gives us good quality systems. You know, so that's what that is.
I thought the same thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, anybody have any discussion or questions about the excuse me, just letter B.
The audio system upgrade.
Right. Mr.
No,
Crawford,
I'm good. No.
need a motion to approve.
Make motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let's see, now you're A, you're C, I think. Right? All right, 8C, this is looks like from IT Works for a large scale 3D printer. Mr. Snyder, if you want to tell us a little bit about that.
So
What are we building now?
this printer will literally print out a whole person. So when Mr. Simmons gets a state title, we can
As long as
print
they're
out.
taller than 5'3".
When Mr. Simmons get a state title, we'll print him out and put him at every campus.
Get close.
No, but literally, Mr. Richard, do you have anything to say on that print?
Right.
So, 2 years ago, our rocket program piloted a new level of courses called the Von Braun level, in which they have to fabricate a certain number of components themselves, and in design and fabrication of a rocket that goes Mach 1.25. Which is serious fast, right? Yeah, it's like a lap around the track in a second.
That's faster than Renee down to his
Everything
house.
stays together. It's not just created a bomb.
So, one of the things that Systems Go has done to kind of adjust that to make it more challenging is that all components have to be fabricated. And so it's not like they can purchase body tube and then 3D print a nose cone. So the rocket classes decided to try to use like a carbon fiber filament in order to 3D print the airframe of their entire rocket. So having to do that, we need one that will print tall. I think this one is one of the higher quality ones. It doesn't quite print 6 feet, but it comes really close. I think 4.5 feet, which will give them good solid sections instead of having to piece it together in little bitty sections. So that's what that is. What's that?
But they will be able to put the bodies together?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, if they design it well, using the CAD software, right? Yeah, so, I think, and like I said, I think it's really good for our kids because they're going to, have to not only fabricate everything, including the altimeter, right? So Systems Go says you
I need a
can,
new button, maybe.
Those things.
might be able to do that, but Systems Go said maybe, redundancy with altimeter, put a, manufactured altimeter in there just in case, but they're gonna also fabricate one from scratch and test it using like a vacuum belt to make sure it's working properly. And so literally everything except for the motor is gonna be fabricated.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what that is for, and realistically, to get something that was of high quality and coming from somewhere where we could get it from,
Right.
not China,
Right.
right? It bumped us over the.
And that's why it costs as much as a Honda Civic, because you could literally
Yes.
print a Honda Civic.
And I will say another thing that increased cost is some of the things that were necessary to print at a durable level for transonic pressures and forces. So it was like steel nozzles and things like that. So the accessories really.
They print it like 700, 800, 900 degrees, right? I mean, that's why you have those hard.
They can,
seals.
yeah. And carbon fiber has to be printed at a higher temperature, right? So they don't use the traditional brass.
Correct. So we have a ton of ed tech money. Is there, are we underreaching here? I mean, what I mean by that, that's a
Well,
lot of
actually,
money.
we already upgraded it once because it was under the procurement level twice. And then this is the third one because they keep finding one they like better. So this one is the one they.
So I would say the first one we had an issue procuring because it was Chinese and they would only take like a wire transfer or
Yeah,
something
and we
like that.
can't buy stuff directly from another country. We just.
So that was the first one. The second one, I think, didn't include some of the items that we needed for the carbon fiber printing.
And this will come with filament and everything? Like.
I don't remember if that was on the accessory list or not,
It's not.
but we have already
Oh,
printed
okay.
with,
It's really what they can-
yeah, we've printed with carbon fiber before.
So well, I guess my question is, so if this, yeah, it is radio. I always say this.
It does say soluble and PLA filaments included in this quote.
Right. Well, but
And it does come with filaments, and the idea is that even to get accessories that allow us to do things other than just print, supersonic rockets, right? And so the accessories, like I said, added to that amount, and but it allows us to use it for printing Coach Simmons when he wins his title.
And if y'all aren't gonna be here in just a few days, we'll print you out and put you in the chair.
We can print substitutes.
We'll get a quorum easy.
So my question is,
Print substitutes. Some of them would be just as lively.
in other words, is there a more expensive model out there that you guys were looking at, but because of cost? And the reason I'm saying that is because of our ed tech money.
This is the best one.
So this is the model that we originally started looking at. And that was in conjunction with the teacher of the class, Coach Estrada, and with Shelley. And we liked the quality and things like that. It was kind of expensive, so we looked at other options, which didn't work out. And so we landed back on this. They do have one bigger model, but it prints horizontally, which makes it difficult to print a rocket with fins attached already. right? So,
So they print these little deals that hold.
they do,
Prints.
yeah, they're called
Right.
supports, right?
Supports,
They print
yeah.
supports that you cut off later and sand. But in reality, I think it prints, 4.5, 5 feet, and I think that that's more than sufficient, because if we were buying body tubes, we'd buy them in 48-inch sections, so.
And we are looking at robots.
Is that them coming to set it up or?
No, I think that's just delivered.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's just delivered. We'd have to look at the.
There says there's some 3 hours of professional training.
Right,
along
yeah.
with it, so.
And that will probably include setup and training on how to use it and such.
That's cool.
So the supplies that we purchase, the carbon fiber,
It's all
PLA.
EdTech.
Yeah, and tech money, that's my question.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about it. Any kind of parts or accessories or filament or anything we need from here on out will all be EdTech. And that's the same with our current 3D printers.
Yeah, and that way, because you might think, well, it has to be an actual piece of electronic equipment to be EdTech. No, if it operates or is used by that equipment, then it works. too, if that makes sense.
And one sufficient?
For now.
Yes, I believe it is. I think it would,
Because what's the lead time on them? I mean, if you have a whole class trying.
I mean,
to
it-
print.
it will take, one of the accessories is like a higher speed, hot end, right? And so we tried to kind of make sure that we could do it expediently, but I think realistically, not only are you could have two and be printing at the same time, but you're also sacrificing floor space 365 days a year. Right.
And then we don't have 20 rockets either. I mean, there's only a certain amount of rockets that the kids end up making.
Right.
Say up to 6 rockets, that thing should be fine to
Yes.
rent.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
And like I said, I'll.
And they're usually not all that level, are they?
I know they take a long time, just one little thing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it does. I mean, it does. It may take 2 days to print a section of rock. Right. And I think that's something that they understand.
I guess we can. One
come-
team's working on one thing, can.
And if you hear something back from us, we'll let you know if we need another one.
So currently we have one team printing, 3D printing an entire rocket. We do also have a 3D printer that has a 24-inch build height, so, and we have smaller ones that have about an 11-inch build height. So I think we have the capability to 3D print a lot of different projects all at once. In reality, I think we only need one that's that massive right now.
Cool. So when I get my class 1 FFL, can I come up here and use it? He's like, I'm not answering it.
Bring your own filament.
ATF is probably listening, but that'd be legal. Just saying. Perfect. Anybody have any questions? Mrs. Crawford, I don't know how much of that you were able to hear. Were you able to hear that okay?
Absolutely. That sound system is perfect now. It's so much better.
Nice. Did you have any questions?
So I do have a question. So everybody involved in Systems Go, the whole entire field, everything is from now on is going to have to be fabricated?
No, it's just that particular kind of rocket. They still have their other class, like the 1 pound, 1 mile, or.
Oh, okay, okay,
This one's that Von Braun, which they have to make everything.
The first two levels
okay.
will still be able to buy components.
Yes.
It's that senior level Von Braun in which they're having to
Fabricate everything.
Velocity and fabricate it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
My
So,
opinion,
If we have this giant, fantastic 3D printer, is anybody in the world gonna be able to keep up with us?
No, of course not.
hope not.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go.
The system's good.
Right. Well, that's exactly my thought is, I mean, there's things we spend money on and then there's things that we can really spend money on. And that, I think this really falls into that category. I mean, we've been kind of been a flagship program for this. We sure don't want to be outdone just because we didn't buy what we could use, But if it's decided, then Mr. Snyder and you guys need additional, I think we're up to hearing about it.
Absolutely.
If nobody has any additional questions, then we need the approval to purchase the 3D printer for $31,041.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good deal, that's exciting. And you did say I could use it, right? That's right.
I heard that.
Will it be here in time for this year?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
yes, it should be here within, I think 4 to 6, 5 to 7 weeks, something like that.
So what is that, just out of curiosity? So once they get through the initial stage of just putting it in the CAD or, I don't know, I call it, is it CAD? Is that what it is? The computer system?
Design?
Yeah.
So
And then they actually get to where they start to manufacture. How long does it take from the time they start until?
it depends on the size of the project and the speed of the 3D printer and the infill. The infill of whatever you're building, because you designate, when they 3D print something, generally, it's not 100% solid. Right. It's solid on the outside and then it has an infill percentage that normal things would be printed at, look like little ornaments or something would be printed like 10 or 15% infill. I would bet that they're going to do some research and figure out that needs to be higher. I don't know what that percentage is. Probably the Rocket kids could come in and tell you a lot better than I. But once they just determine all that, it'll be sliced into the format that the 3D printer can use, and then it could take a couple of days to print a section. In reality, I know when we were printing nose cones in the past, they would take a nose cone this large with maybe 25% infill took about 11 hours. And a nose cone, this, like a 24-inch nose cone took probably 24 hours. So it just depends on the speed of the machine. That was a different brand of machine, so.
Cool. I think that stuff's so cool. It's cool. It is so neat. All right, 8D, Master Facilities Plan Survey.
Mr. Loftus, would you like to present?
Okay, so these are the results from what you guys wanted us to send out to get feedback from
Thank you, gentlemen. Chivalry is not dead.
students and community and parents. What we did is we kind of broke it up a little bit. And I think Mr. Richard is going to be meeting with, going over his results at another time. But what this is this is community feedback on what they think our priorities need to be moving forward with our master planning process. And so the first page right there, the first section is just, who responded. So you can see almost 75% of the 79 responses were from parents or guardians of kids in the district. And the next big percentage was faculty. Right there. The next overall, how important, and Ms. Crawford, I texted this to you. I hope you received it. Overall, how important is it to have a modern expanded CTE facility? As you can see, over 50% of the response was for, basically a state-of-the-art CTE facility, which goes directly into our strategic plan, that we started a couple of years ago on developing. So it's good that the parents, the community members, staff members see that as well. That, that is a priority for everybody. Going to the next page, and top of the next page are all the different classes. What do parents think that they think their kids need to be, that we need to offer for their students? So as you can see, we're basically looking at the purple and the greens. Which ones stand out there? According to this survey, the welding, construction trades, oil and gas, nursing stands out, automotive stands out, computer science, and ag FFA and a little bit of graphic design are really the ones that got the best feedback there.
Did you say robotics?
Culinary, a little bit there too.
Well, I mean, we know realistically, we can't do it all, which is why why Mr. Richards will
Yeah.
talk about what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
awesome.
all ties
It
together.
all ties in.
Yeah, this is just
Part of
laying the groundwork here.
Part of the ecosystem.
Right.
You know, a lot of this stuff,
Has already been, yeah.
right,
I know exactly, I know what.
I mean, it makes you feel good about what we are currently doing,
right,
Yeah.
right.
but it also points out there might be some things, one or two things that are still out there that
Yeah.
maybe. Now, what's going to be interesting to see, now, does the student, does their feedback match what the parent
Yes.
feedback is?
I bet not.
And so we're going to be getting into that over the next week or two.
And we serve students, not parents,
You know, I wonder,
right?
who voted, I mean, who would say not a priority to some of those things?
Like the new covered outdoor pickleball courts?
Well, no, like, the academic stuff. The academic stuff. I mean, like oil and gas.
They
not a
had
priority.
5+ votes on construction trades of non-priority.
Oil and gas, yeah, 5. Construction trades.
Mhm.
And you know, and some of this stuff you have to take it for what it's worth
Yeah.
because
Because
you're gonna be
you're wondering
very,
who would
the
say.
parents are gonna be very biased based on what their kid's interest is. And so it's, you know, you just kind of look for trends
Right.
over.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what we're trying to do is gather
It
more.
shows
survey
the area we live in.
Oh, it does. Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah.
And so what we're really doing
That's
is,
good.
we're gathering more survey information from students and staff and parents. So that way it gives us all the full picture on everything. You don't ever take one thing, you know.
I just saw like pickleball courts.
Yeah, so if, move on to page number
Parents do not
3
care about
here,
that.
rate the importance of the
Everybody
following
needs to know about
potential projects. Ms. Herb's, favorite pickleball courts there did not.
I mean, I like it on the patio
So-
up against that building. I don't understand why
But you better be
guys do
out
that.
there using them, all I can say.
I ain't played pickleball a day.
But according to this right here, on this question right here, doing something with the existing varsity gym is a priority for these respondents here.
Why did the not colors change?
Not much of one now. I mean, it's kind of flat there compared
Really
to.
kind of is in comparison, but.
Yeah, and that's what, comparing to the other choices.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do about this pickleball situation?
That's the most pressing.
We're building a pickleball. Right.
Well, again, this
Not a priority.
is parents.
Right.
That don't know what pickleball is.
I don't even know what pickleball is, Brian. Mr. Snyder, excuse me.
Who doesn't know what pickleball?
I don't.
Well, I guess our
I
parents.
don't.
Isn't it just like
Miniature.
tennis, but with a bigger ball?
And like
But
soccer.
have you not ever seen though that some things?
Ball, I don't know.
But have you ever seen a trend that people?
Yeah, it's like you're playing, yeah, except you're
Have you
actually
ever
on a
seen
court running around yourself.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a trend that people actually knew what they wanted? Sometimes they don't know.
No, I agree.
And then sometimes
So
you're
we're
like,
like, we're trying to-
iPhones, they
so-
probably weren't a priority.
So really, they're subconsciously telling us they want a pickleball.
They're unconsciously, subconscious.
Yeah, they're not unconscious. You couldn't click
I
on the
mean, some
button
people appear that
unconsciously.
way.
What they're telling us is
People
when
see
we come
like
on
that.
Mr. Loftus, I
Yes.
apologize.
No worries. All right, come on.
It's my fault.
All right. The bottom one right here on this page, over the next 10 years, if we could only do 3 or 4 major things, what are the priorities? Priority is CTE,
Right.
big time.
That's what I'm saying.
That's great.
Yeah, that's kind of where we already are.
It tells us what we're headed is where people are.
So what is the last one? Major.
So the colors are backwards on that. now.
Yeah.
So basically what that is referring to, the one on the left is a brand new CTE building. The one on the far right is referring to remodeling our current BOAG building.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So on the same page,
Mhm.
the middle graph number one is not a priority. Then you go to the bottom, number one is the highest priority. Did we get something mixed up on this graph? Is this a true representation?
Yeah, that's why I think the
Number
numbers
one,
kind of get all
highest priority
jiggy.
is blue.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't read the.
No, the
Bible.
blue is the community. Jim, the blue is the community,
No,
or
no,
the
no,
parents,
no.
I mean, the parents. But if
No,
you
I'm talking
look,
about the
number
graph.
one,
Right, I'm saying,
yeah,
right here, it's
It's number-
not a priority.
yeah, then on the
Here is
bottom
the
it's the
highest
highest.
priority.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's just a,
Is that,
That's
Is it-
why,
is it a
that's why I
true
said I guess we're
representation?
building a pickleball court.
oh, I get what you're saying.
That's why
I
I'm.
bet it was backwards.
Pickleball court's important now.
Somebody didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, I think it was just how it was all worded out there.
Basketball
Yeah.
courts. This
Yeah.
from.
I see what you're
Which one?
saying.
Oh, yeah.
But based
Or
on,
basketball court.
based on the responses, the individual responses, CTE is the priority.
Yes.
We're there.
That's what-
I mean, that's,
And that's
it
where we're
is
headed.
the number one priority. If you deep dive into every single one of these responses, more than not, it's CTE.
Which kind of bleeds into Mr. Richards' update, which is
Yes.
cool, so y'all can see what's going on.
And then the last page right here is just a summary of people that chose to write in additional comments.
Oh, nice.
Right here. There was a lot of additional comments for sped related
Mhm.
things, whether that was like adaptive PE space or, just general other space for special education.
What's adaptive PE, Mr. Loftus?
So adaptive PE is going to be with kids that have physical disabilities that can't do traditional PE.
In our day, it was where you played dodgeball with those little red rubber balls, and hit you in the face and you adapted really
You adapt.
quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Different.
Were you the kid that got hit in the face?
I got it.
I didn't remember that part.
But
I got hit in the
oftentimes,
face one time.
oftentimes, depending on the student, it does take special equipment to be able to do certain things, which could also double for like a PT setting too for
Right.
these students.
Well, we have, that's an idea, because
Yeah,
considering our sped program, I don't know who to look at, increased significantly in size, 20%.
20% of our students are sped.
So that's just.
I mean, that was interesting. I wasn't prepared for that, but so,
I mean, it's
but I
something
mean, it's
we're-
right. I mean, I
Agree
think
with
they're
you.
onto something.
And so-
21%?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, where did
Like,
that come from?
For batteries?
Siri.
So you, where the speaker is, that's why I look at the roof every time. Less than a ceiling.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it sounds like it's.
Yeah, we're about
thundering now.
20% special ed population.
Wow.
Very high, even for
Another 20% ELL.
Another 20%
ELL, there's 40.
Yeah. And again, you take some of these comments for,
With a grain of salt.
yeah, but you're looking for trends.
Yeah.
And so those are, I would say, the additional comments now, not everybody, I would say probably only maybe 30% left additional comments. Of those 30%, the big one was about sped. And the others were just about
Oh, our project.
projects,
completions.
yep.
Yeah, that's
what I was just gonna say, is about,
I was like, well, they would get,
Come to a meeting and you'll understand.
yeah.
And then also some of it is just what Ms. Art's touching on. It is based on the limits of what we can do sometimes. And you see some of them, you're like, oh, no, sorry, we're not gonna offer an astronaut training program, even though that was a high priority. I'm just saying, for instance, that's not on there, but things that we can't do and what we can fit in the middle. And also, we can make improvements. It don't mean we can go as extreme as what somebody asked.
Weapon safety course. Not allowed to bring weapons to school, but okay. That's hard, Jim.
so this in combination, when Mr. Richard finishes his deep dive into his students' results, is going to drive our direction of, which direction with CTE we think we need to go.
Yeah.
But it does also
Or just log in.
put some other things that maybe we need to be a priority to us, or at least be thinking about how we can address some of these things. Like, for example, if there's some sped things that we need to do.
Well, that's, honestly, that's outside of the space that we've given them. And when we did Bright Beginnings, we really focused on that outdoor area to have sensory, a playground that was very sensory heavy because they're young and developing. But we haven't concentrated very much on, because we have some large areas, right, for sped that we could.
Yeah, we could
things
incorporate some
inside
stuff.
of.
We've got some ideas already running, so.
And then, there is this, and this is just a question, the second to the last one, he talks about suggestions included allowing staff to give input on building
And
renovation
I just
needs.
said to Randy, they could come to a meeting or they could watch it on here and discuss it. It's not like we're keeping anything from anybody.
No, and I don't know how much you put into this, but I was going through and I was trying to see, okay, if somebody left a comment,
Just to summarize that
did
comment.
did they also like leave their contact information
Right.
with that? And a lot of times, no.
Yeah, and out of 100 people, you're always gonna find one or two mad people that will put a comment, and the other 98 are.
Well, no, I
You
agree with that
you
100%.
understand.
But it-
I'm not I'm not suggesting that that's the heaviest item. I'm just suggesting it's an item on here that and I've always felt that, though I just didn't complete it. I've always felt that we had done that, or not all, when I say we, I mean everybody in this room.
Yeah.
Had done that.
I just feel
already.
like that's something that is easily remedied by just showing up.
Right.
Just talking to the administrators, just talking to us.
Right.
We're, like I said, we're not gatekeeping, we're not trying to
Right.
hide. This is an open meeting for a reason.
Right.
Like.
Well, and I can just speak for myself, being here for so long, how we've done things. You do value feedback for people, and so when you're developing these projects, you do go to certain people and you try to go to your users and like, what do you need?
We always do.
I mean, but as far as like keeping them updated on every single thing, I mean, that's almost impossible to do. And like you said,
It just sounds like that this must have been a
Yes.
staff member stating that they needed to give input on building or renovation needs.
yeah.
So you can sign.
I can sign.
Anybody who's watching, where's the?
They're not watching.
I mean,
They're at home, man.
and I'm gonna tell you, my first thought, once I saw that sped was mentioned a lot of times, is my first thought is I'm going directly to the sped director
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
see, what do you need?
What can
Yeah.
we do to get
I'm not in there every day. I don't know.
Right.
That's a trend for sure.
Yeah, and so, I mean, that kind of goes going right to the people that are gonna be, that are directly affected.
That survey itself is an opportunity for input, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Well, and my next
Oh, yeah.
question was,
Oh, yeah.
and that's, I was kind of relating that, so only 20% of 79 people were staff members.
We have over 100 staff members.
And
Yeah.
20
And
responded.
we only had 79 respond to the survey,
And
so
only
20% of that
What staff
was
was
that,
that?
like 20,
15 out of 120.
That's what I was kind of referring back to. is that-
and it was pushed out via Parent Square,
Wouldn't that be 22% of the 77 responses?
Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
website.
like 15 people
Yeah.
of our over 100 staff members responded.
Normally when people are happy, though, they don't respond.
They don't respond.
That's
Exactly.
right.
No, that's a true story. That's absolutely a true story.
That's really pretty sad, honestly, if you wanna,
It is, right.
Yeah.
in the complaint department, and here we are, we're in the complaint department, give us your feedback. Just takes 1 second or 10 seconds and
Yeah.
we can make it happen.
I agree. I think these results, should give an attaboy to all of the admin and staff and everything that we have happening right now, because there's nothing here that's surprising. And I can tell you, I was a part of a community outreach, facilities master plan, I don't even know how many years ago now, that we did here. And there was a lot of surprises.
Yes.
There's a lot of information in that we as a district were not engaging correctly. And now, all these years later, we're 100, I mean, I don't wanna say 100%, but we are really close to that, where all of these major things that they're suggesting we need, we are already building. Or they're on our radar, but they're all being addressed in some way.
That's
All this
that's
stuff.
what we want to be.
Right.
I mean, we're some good
If you
things.
look at it on the positive end, for sure, maybe people did not respond or reply because they think and approve of everything that's going on. And
That's what
it's
Mr.
good for them. So if you think of it in the positive realm, that's pretty good. I mean, I would have loved to have seen more feedback, but sometimes no feedback means things are hunky dory.
Yep, and you just reiterated exactly what Mr. Little just said. He said many
Okay,
times, people are happy, they just don't respond. So
right.
yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Now we'll see what the students say next.
There's our stuff come out.
They wanna go to a
Next
3-day
month.
school week.
Right.
Oh, that's the only part of this.
Or 2.
Yeah, they'll wanna do a 3-day week.
No
Short
Mondays, no
skirts.
Fridays.
Oh, sorry, I said that.
We did.
All right. Any
Thank
questions?
you. No, we're good.
Thank you, sir.
Good info there.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good.
Mr.
No, that
Loftus.
was very informative.
Thank you,
actually.
Mr. Loftus.
Thank you, Mr. Loftus, and I did get your text.
All right, perfect. I might have to use that in my head.
She's not there, Jim.
I know you, what?
It's like
Look,
scary.
you're looking for the mothership.
I know.
Well,
How,
I
how
thought
close
that
did you live to Area 51?
I know.
That's my phone question a while ago when she was talking to
No.
because it'll answer me. So.
Yeah. All right. And she does kind of sound like Siri.
Siri.
We're literally talking about you right in front of you without knowing that we're talking about you right in front of you.
And Jim keeps looking at the ceiling like that's where you are. Look at the screen, at least your name and your table for counter.
Yeah.
For counter.
All right, letter E. New CTE director and program update, Mr. Snyder.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, would you like to go ahead and present a brief synopsis of what you've been doing?
Sure. So over the last year, Mr. Schneider and I, as we've been talking about CTE programs and growing what we have and possibly expanding our programming, I kind of started realizing that we were kind of reaching our capacity, right? So our teachers were teaching full schedules, which didn't allow them to expand into more sections of whatever CTE classes we wanted to add. And even if we were adding staff, I wasn't certain that we'd be able to fill classes for them because of the number of students. And so that was a conversation that we've been having for, like I said, about a year. And Mr. Schneider had a really innovative idea. Just before Christmas, when he went to the CTE conference in Nashville, he was visiting with the superintendent from Eunice. And they realized that we could kind of maximize student opportunity and expand each district's capacity if we collaborated on our CTE programs. And so they asked me to direct CTE for both districts. I started that in January, the beginning of January. I actually started working on it over the Christmas break, and very quickly realized that doing that outside of the office allowed me to really focus in on CTE programs and get a lot done. So one of the first steps that I took was to kind of inventory programs and kind of evaluate what stage of development they were. So I spent a lot of time, of course, I already had a really good idea about what we have here. So I spent a lot of time in Eunice trying to evaluate those to see where those programs were and trying to learn systems there. And ultimately, I spoke with students in both buildings. And we sent out student surveys. And one of the interesting things about the students that I realized through this and visiting with counselors from both districts is that as freshmen and sophomores, students tend to think that they're going to go to college, or they believe that they're going to go to college. That's their goal. As they move into their junior or senior year, for whatever reason, that kind of fizzles out. And as a matter of fact, in our district here, over the last 3 years, there's been an average of about 6.5%, give or take, of students that have actually gone to college. And over the same 3 years, right around 3% have stayed in college or finished. So I think that kind of attests to the fact that students are heading off into workforce. And we need to make sure that as the entity that prepares them for life in adulthood, that we're doing a good job of doing that. So the student surveys, when I sent them out, I was really focused on programs that we have or programs that were already being investigated. I don't have the data with me today, but I will say that the largest interest, taking kind of like the purple and green, right? So when we sent out surveys, we listed the course or the subject, how likely are you to enter this field, this career? 1 through 5, kind of sorted the data by 4s and 5s, right? Which meant very likely or certain to go into that career field. The highest one was actually nursing or medical. The second highest was business, actually, which surprised me, but I kind of had a feeling was coming after talking to students because a lot of them are really interested in business or finance or stock market and all sorts of things, which was really cool, honestly. There's a lot of interest in things like cosmetology and welding, oil and gas engineering. And kind of moving around, there was some interest in FFA. I thought it was, initially looking at the data, I thought, well, there's not very much interest in FFA. But what I realized is when started that program at about 3 years ago, they're in their 3rd year, when they polled students, most students were interested in horticulture, plant science, right? And so that's how they geared their program. They started working on building a greenhouse. And when I started looking at the comments, right, because we said, are you looking to go into a field listed? They were able to put that. When I started looking at the comments, a few things popped up. If FFA included animal science, a lot more interest, significantly more interest. And criminal justice also, students were very interested in. There were a good number of students that mentioned fine arts, art, theater. There was, I would say, a lot of interest in culinary, in talking with kids, maybe not a lot of career interest. And another thing that really kind of stuck with me was that some were interested in a pathway to lead to a teaching career, which is awesome. Right? And so I was really excited about that. With that, so we're trying to kind of use that to guide our programming. So when they first approached me with this opportunity, which was awesome, it's the idea that students from both districts can benefit, like I said, from programs wherever they are. And so that means that our kids could benefit from FFA, which is awesome because in that community meeting with the city, right, they talked about FFA, which actually is a really difficult program to start. It takes a lot of different things to get going. It takes a really knowledgeable person to make it happen. And this partnership, I think, is going to allow those students that are interested to participate without us having to do all the legwork that they've already done.
So
Also-
Eunice has a pretty strong FFA.
Yes,
We've got a good teacher. Is it 2 in the 2nd year or?
this is their 3rd year. I
3rd year,
believe.
okay.
I believe this is their 3rd year. And yes, they've been competing for the last 3 years. Currently, they do judging and leadership in horticulture and floriculture.
And what was another big interest that we've kind of talked about, we've touched on, Mr. Goss can relate to?
Oh, the medical is actually the
That was one
highest
of their
interest.
highest interest.
And I'll kind of, as I'm going through the things that I've been looking into, mention that, but
Which is great, because the clinic has expanded so much.
yes.
They could probably use some more people kids from JAL going into things.
Well, and the idea is to set it up so that students can either earn what we call professional credit certifications or dual credit, right? And ultimately kind of culminate their high school career with some sort of internship, right? That's the goal. Those are the things that we're working toward. And to that end, Mr. Snyder and the superintendent from Hatch and I and some of our colleagues from CES met with vice presidents, deans from the NMJC about our relationship with them and how we can make that more effective and efficient. Actually, vice president of the workforce development and some of his dean and another one of his people are going to come tour on February 11th. The culinary department's going to cater lunch for them.
And we came to the conclusion to do that, to have a meeting with the junior college, because I wanted us to, so within a few years, I expect Mr. Richard will have our programs advanced as much or more than the junior college is. We don't want a junior college that has programs behind ours. So we want a junior college in step with our programs that are actually next level, whether it's raising that level, that's what our goal is, to make it where ours are at least as comprehensive and as good as the junior college programs. And then from there, they can take it to help us with getting a certificate or whatever it is.
So we're gonna be able to get professional certificates.
Yeah, whatever it is, the junior college can help us
And
with.
that was exactly what I communicated to the junior college in that meeting, was that I wanted as many of our staff in both districts certified to teach dual credit as possible. And us work together to make that more effective. Because in reality, what we're doing is sending our students 2 hours a day, 5 days a week to them.
Right.
And that comes at a cost for the student, right? Because they're not in class during those 2 hours. So that was kind of a conversation with that, and I think it was really effective.
I did that. It taught me a lot.
It does, and it can be effective, but right now we're passing the cost, really, the educational cost onto the student. So to find a better way, I think hopefully we can work together toward that end. And I think that'll become especially important with things like cosmetology and criminal justice, which students rated very high when it comes to possible career paths. Those are things that right now I'm not sure that we have the right teacher within either district to accommodate. I think that's something to work toward in the long run, but I think for August 1, my goal, and as I've communicated to both district superintendents and principals, is to, and also CTE staff members, is to identify small changes that we can make before August 1 that make the biggest impact, right, for students. And so that's kind of the goal, like I said. So I think those two things, I think working with the JC to try to get that done kind of will help. Another thing that I've been really looking into is ways to find certifications. So I have reached out to workforce development and tried to kind of sort out exactly what certificates students who go to their automation program, automation instrumentation program receive, because a lot, actually all of their equipment is exactly like the equipment in our oil and gas lab. So if we can train our teacher at a level to where she can provide certifications, then, I mean, how great is that gonna be? Because automation extends past the oil and gas industry, right? It's all industry. And a lot of the oil and gas industry is moving toward automation and instrumentation. So I think that'd be very valuable for kids if we can do that. I'm also looking to do that in several other areas. Those certifications right now that I'm really diving into, I've had 2 or 3 Zoom calls. This last week, I actually have another one at 8:30 in the morning. Are housed in like a certification house that different industry partners use called NC3. So that's one thing that I'm strongly looking into. Hopefully we can get a couple of teachers sent to these trainings and get moving in that direction for August. Wednesday, I'm going to go to Brownfield because there is a lady there who teaches a patient care technician program for dual credit that started that program there. Before that, she started in Slayton, Texas. A patient care technician is basically a CNA who can do a whole lot more. And so one of the things I communicated to the junior college is that that's the direction I would like to head for our nursing program in these districts, because the fact is that CNAs can do things. They can change bedding, they can change bedpans. You know, I'm sure Mr. Goss can allude to all the things that they can do. And the thing is, the patient care technician, PCT, can do all of those things, plus they can do EKGs. They can do phlebotomy, they can draw blood. So I think it would equip our students with more skills, certified skills down the road that they could use and make them more employable, right? And that's kind of the goal, is to give them an upper hand so that when they see a resume and it says Jal High School nursing or Jal High School oil and gas, employers know, oh, this moves to the top of the pile over kids from other schools, right? And that's kind of the goal. Here in our district, and first of all, that the nursing program I'm hoping to build, kind of like we did oil and gas, right? We're intentionally looking at curriculum, trying to find the perfect one, looking at and setting up an advisory board to sit on that, to kind of guide us in preparing kids for them, right, of industry partners. And speaking of which, our oil and gas advisory is Thursday. One of the things that Ms. Parsons and I have been looking into for that is a company that is paired with Coterra, one of our industry partners, is piloting a virtual reality headset software that the industry partners use to train people on how to do different things around batteries or compressor stations, whatever it is. And so this pilot program, they're going to provide the VR headsets. We're looking to get rolling on that as soon as possible. I met with them this last week, so I anticipate in the next couple of months, we should have headsets in the oil and gas lab. And the oil and gas lab will have their grand opening February 16th to align with our board meeting. So it's going to start at 5 o'clock. We're going to cut a ribbon and we're going to let y'all get down to business. But we would really love for you to come and see the things that we're doing in that building now that we're in, and kind of explore some of the things that students are learning. And March 10th through 13th, our culinary group, I'll probably mention this again in February, but they are headed to San Antonio for a field trip. At this field trip, they are going to tour the Culinary Institute of America. They are going to tour the culinary program at St. Philip's College, and they are going to spend at least 5 hours working in Sutherley, which is a Michelin bib gourmand restaurant.
Really?
So it's a highly rated restaurant for excellent food at a reasonable price. And
What's the name of it?
Sutherley.
How do you say that?
Sutherley.
How do you make that?
South,
Right.
ERLEIGH. Okay. And actually, that restaurant is owned by Chef Jeff Balfour. He is a James Beard Award winner, and he is our very own Chef Beth's former boss. So hopefully they're going to get to meet him and be trained in those restaurants. And I think that will give them an experience that.
I'm gonna have to chaperone that one.
Boss, I figure.
All I can do is say no.
So anyway, that's kind of what's going on in the CTE programs. Like I said, it's been a great opportunity for me, afforded by Mr. Schneider and the Superintendent Eunice, to really just focus in on CTE. And
if so his structure, he is the director of CTE for both districts. We have to salary. So there's going to be an MOU come out for you guys to look at, and it will pay half his salary from each district with his benefits, just so you guys will know. Because if it's something like that, I want y'all to know what's going on. Since it's mid-year, it wasn't in an August budget thing that we could put forward. It's like we had to do it in January just to keep it on track. So we'll have an MOU. I'll let you see what it is. And you'll be seeing that in the next few months, as soon as we develop it with Eunice. And so he's the director. Then there's a principal at each building, but the principal of the building is not over the director. The director is an equal position to the principal positions. So his job is the liaison and work with the principals. So he does have to work with them. It's that way you guys understand the structure.
So who is his director?
I am.
Okay.
And Mr. Hatch is in Eunice, the other half.
And they're creating an MOU with us, so he
Yes.
will be our employee.
Yeah, he'll still be
MOU to, that they will pay
half of his salary. He's still, his salary will still be housed here, but he'll be half and half.
There you go.
Yeah, he'll be, they're paying half, we're paying half.
So they'll be paying JAL schools and we'll be paying.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, exactly.
So,
So you guys understand the
Yeah,
structure.
and I think the intent is, again, just to expand the district's capacity to do things, right? Like, right away, now our students, we have essentially an FFA program.
Right,
right?
access to-
And
to
and
the
they have other
programs,
programs too. They have
access to
broadcasting
outreach.
and marketing, and they have a business program kind of started.
Here that would do it.
So basically you go from 3 things you can offer to 6,
Right.
and certificates and junior college
What's
tied
that
in.
gonna look like for their students coming here?
So my next steps, now that I have student data back, and this is something that I've been visiting with Mr. Little and the principal in Eunice about, is kind of aligning one calendar, right? That's kind of important. So that's been conversations with superintendents.
They're working on that, aligning with ours.
They will, yes, they will actually vote here in a couple of weeks.
Not yet.
Not yet,
That's what
but
they're.
they'll vote on that in a couple of weeks. But I've been talking with principals about Bell's schedule and how we can not fall into the same, educational deficit that we have with the JC, where we can kind of mitigate travel time around certain things to allow students and make certain Bell schedule adjustments to give students, adequate learning in a school day. So that's one thing that I've already been in conversation with both principals about. Now that I have student data, I'm gonna present that to superintendents tomorrow. And then to principals later tomorrow or the next day. And that way we can start working on scheduling with counselors to consider all of the needs and go
Does that
from
include,
there.
like transportation as well? Or is that a whole nother schedule?
So the schedule is going to include like travel time, right? Exactly what that looks like, the logistics of it, I think are something that will be worked out after that schedule is built, because really the schedule is probably the hardest part of the job, right? Because a master schedule in one building is difficult, a lot of moving pieces. Now you double that and make 2 buildings kind of aligned.
Yeah.
It's super difficult. So that's why I wanted to get a jump on that and would like to have that done quickly. And in the process of scheduling, also continue to try to hone in on student data so that we can, okay, we've programmed this. Now what does it look like? What are students really interested in? Because ultimately the benefit of CTE is one, really, this is what it comes down to, is student engagement. CTE by nature drives up student engagement. And student engagement improves attendance. It improves attendance in other core classes as well. But by nature, it's things that are relevant to them because they may go into that, and it's things that they are interested in. And generally CTE classes are very hands-on, right? They're not reading about cooking or writing about cooking, they're cooking.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the value of it. And so really honing in on what that student interest is or what they're looking to go into, I think we can make small adjustments within this program, right? So we could say, okay, well, we're gonna have a business class, create a schedule as we hone in on what that business class is kind of focused on. Is it focused on finance? Is it focused on entrepreneurship? What exactly is that focused on? So
I'm hoping this is an unnecessary question, but are we anticipating any issues with the whole rivalry between the 2 districts?
So we've kind of discussed that.
Some Panthers, see what we're gonna do.
And the entire CTE program is a privilege. Just,
Right.
I mean, in other words, it's like anything else.
Yeah.
No, we won't allow that to creep in and affect their program.
Yeah.
So I think that is an issue that we're already aware of. Like I said,
Yeah,
it's
we've
been
been talking
discussed with
about it.
superintendents and building principals. So it's definitely on our radar. I think how we manage that is going to be, something that we're going to work out, that we're going to address, because we already realized that it could be an issue.
Yeah.
And in reality, these kids get along except for like a
During
week
games.
before a football game and a week after, and about a week before basketball games and a week after.
Yeah.
Just like
And that's about it. Otherwise.
Otherwise, they're even getting married after high school usually.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of that. Carolina has family in Eunice.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Almost all our family is there.
Yeah, oh yeah, you do.
Anyway, like I said, I'm just super blessed to have that
That sounds
opportunity and super excited that we can extend more opportunities to students right away.
And then he'll be going possibly to Arkansas and Wisconsin before long to see how they bring programs in that are similar with multiple districts involved.
Yeah.
Because we're only with two, that some of them have several districts. Also, student travel with NIMSIA, I've already got a waiver. They were like, we probably do need to get one. I was like, y'all haven't thought about that? Anyway, so there's a waiver they're working on where a student can sign saying, I'm gonna drive myself. Because there's gonna be internships.
Right.
We're gonna have industry partners more than we have now. We
How do
have-
we ensure that a student that doesn't have the means of transportation though gets where they need to be?
Well,
I know a
that's-
guy.
we also will have a bus at certain times. Other things will be up to that student if they want to do it or not. They don't have to. It's like athletics.
Yeah, but
You know.
but if we make that an obstacle for them,
Yeah.
then they're more likely to turn their head to it and go.
Sure.
Right.
It's too much to, yeah, I can't, you know what I mean?
Right. And there are things within the schedule and with the within the structure of programming that we're looking at to see if we can kind of mitigate
Oh, okay, good.
that.
Yeah, because they're doing it in other districts too, and we're kind of wondering the same question you just had and different. So you're on to what we're
Yeah,
wondering.
especially because a lot of districts don't have the amount of indigent population that we do in our,
It-
we have
it-
a lot of indigent.
Yeah,
here.
and if it becomes a have and have not, you don't really want it to be that way, but.
Yeah, I don't want the have-nots to
know,
not be able to
yes,
partake. I
Yeah,
mean,
so that's
just-
another thing that we have to at least mitigate. It won't ever be perfect,
No.
but if they really want to do that, then we'll see how we can get them there. You know, that kind of-
Well, I think, yeah, and I think again, it comes down to the JC, all of our students have access to the JC. And I don't know that we've ever had students not go to the JC because they couldn't afford to or,
Right.
whatever reason. So we plan to mitigate that as much as
Those are
possible.
the easy problems, probably in comparison to the blending of two.
The scheduling is.
Scheduling is the bear.
Scheduling is the difficult part, and that's why.
And then both the high schools feeling like they got what they wanted, there may be some compromise with both of them. You know what I mean, where your block has to be this, that time, or I don't know. we don't-
I think what it's gonna take really is compromise between principals and myself, because ultimately, all of us are gonna have priorities, scheduling priorities, and
That's good. They must
there's
wear
no
jowl
way that
hats.
we're gonna get everything.
Because Mr. Little's working on data, which he's gonna share with you, and so he's got a whole nother set of goals that I've set out for him, that he wants that scheduling to line up with this. And if it don't everywhere, he may have that's where we're just gonna have to figure out how to get this all in a package and with a bow
Yes,
on
sir.
it, you know.
Can we just put in there that he absolutely cannot wear a Eunice Cardinal shirt?
Yes, well, I told him if he could wear half and half.
Not even that.
I promise I won't.
Oh,
I'll even have to.
Wear a Panther shirt with just a little cardinal pin.
Or a Panther shirt eating a Cardinal.
There you go.
Okay.
That works.
We know where it's going.
My first day on the job, he walked in our office with a red shirt on.
Oh.
If it wasn't benefiting the kids, I would have called off the whole thing.
Perfect. Mrs. Crawford, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but I would like to reiterate what Snyder has told me, that Mr. Richard was built for that position.
Yeah.
And he's killing it. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Mr. Richard.
Thank you, Ms. Crawford. That's well said, and that is the truth.
All right, thank you. All right. Is there anything for future discussion by any chance from anybody? Did you get one of these already? Oh,
No, sir, I'm good.
okay, thank you. Anybody else need one? I have two.
I'm good.
I can barely read one at a time.
And his bleeds into what is really cool. We've been invited to the CES meeting to give our results, because out of the 19 districts, we're showing some of the most growth out of 19 districts. And so they're wanting us to see what are we doing? And then also the CTE, they've asked Mr. Richard, because we're also doing something innovative there, and they want us to present there as well.
Nice.
So Mr. Richard and Mr. Little will be that first night.
You mentioned that at the quarterly meeting that we went to, they wouldn't say Jal was doing awesome.
Yeah,
No.
They didn't say that.
Oh,
Well, one of our districts currently.
One of them, they didn't say who it was.
Right here.
Oh, good.
All right, sir.
I'll try not to take a lot of time, a lot of y'all's time. First of all, the numbers, we increased by 1 to 280. We had increased 1 last month, so the last 2 meetings, we've increased 2 students,
One of them, yeah,
1 a month.
slow and steady.
Professional development staff was presented with the wonderful AI training on January the 5th. And we plan on having more opportunities for AI training in the upcoming months. The guy that did that is also basically our auditor for our 5 or 6 year study. And he does a really, really good job, Dr. Elder, former superintendent in Albuquerque. He retired and then went through all the AI training and became an AI. Now he's wanted everywhere.
Yeah, we did an AI, yeah.
I make a lot more money. Basketball season, last month I said it's gonna be fast and furious. It has been fast and furious. We've had some games postponed. The Saturday game versus Tatum, what was supposed to have been today's game against Loving. And I've asked Mr. Simmons to come in and talk for a moment about that. He is also going to be our upcoming athletic director in the future, so.
And he's the girls' coach, and it involves a Wednesday. Yes.
Does it now?
Possibly.
Explain it to you, go ahead.
Yes.
Explain that, Mr.
Unfortunately, our district does not have any kind of a makeup day set in our district schedule. And that puts us kind of in a bind. Now, Jal's not gonna get ice every year and everything like that, so it's kind of an unusual year. But what we've lost is we've lost a game Saturday and a game Monday. And we're looking at makeup days and when you lose that many games, like everybody in the district has lost those 2 games. So we're looking at dates to make everything up. Our possibilities are down to about 2 dates, and we can't get it. We can't get any kind of agreement from all the schools because some of them are in ag, some of them have cheerleading and everything like that. So what schools are asking us to do, and we're asking everybody else to do, is there's a possibility to go on a Wednesday afternoon and play varsity only. And that's probably what we're looking at right now to solve the problem. Right now, there's
We've
no
been
way.
literally in a fight all weekend with Tatum. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been back and not full drag out. It's already went to the NMAA because they will not agree on a date.
It's getting kind of serious right now. We're getting where we need to find dates to make things up in order to meet our district tournament. To me, the solution would be drop the district tournament, put the makeup days during that. But they're not going to do that according to the state bylaws, have already voted in district tournaments. So we've got to find dates, and we're probably looking at possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I just came up here just to ask you if there's a possibility, if we had to play on a Wednesday, could we do that? I mean, that would be my question. And I think Buddy agrees with me on that. We're not getting any agreements out of anybody, really. I mean, Loving can't make a decision. We can't make a decision. Tatum can't make a decision. I think the only team that's playing tomorrow night is Eunice and Texaco. And they're the only ones that will be on track with the district schedule. So everybody else is trying to make up 6 to 8 games.
A lot of it I attribute to Mr. Simmons. His leadership with the girls program has shot it through the roof this year.
Tatum's worried about, I mean,
They're worried about
normally
us
if they weren't very good, they'd be like, we'll play them. But
Yeah.
now they're being very strategic about it because they know.
I attribute that to Mr. Simmons and his team and his.
For us, that would impact, for our students, that would impact 2 Wednesdays, you said?
It could. Right now, a lot of it's going to depend on what the NMAA says tomorrow. They may tell us this is the date you're playing, regardless if you got cheer out, if you've got ag out or anything like that. I don't know how NMAA works. I've always dealt with UIL in Texas, so NMAA is a different entity for me.
Yes, sir.
So according to what they tell us tomorrow is going to be kind of the determining factor if we need to look at Wednesdays or not.
I'm sorry,
just
Mr.
wanted-
Simmons, the answer is no. Sorry.
I understand, but that's where we're at. I mean, I don't really, there's no other options. We could play on Valentine's Day, but that's only gonna eliminate one of the days, and some of them already set theirs on Valentine's Day.
Right.
The game we need to set on Valentine's Day will not agree to Valentine's Day.
I
So
see.
that's where we're at.
Well, it sounds like we've definitely exhausted every other possibility.
We've
And
been
so
on
if
the
they
phone-
miss these games, they miss the tournament.
Yeah, they can't play district.
Well,
That's it,
district is
really.
a determining factor for the playoffs in New Mexico.
Yeah.
You're ranked according to how you play in district and your rankings and your overall schedule, strength of schedule, everything like that is based on it. So we need to play the games. District tournament really is irrelevant for the state tournament. Unless you're just happen to get on a roll and come through there and win the district tournament that you haven't
And
been expected. to
you're
be.
not eligible for district tournament or state tournament play if you do not play all of your district games.
The team as a whole
So
or the
what-
player as an individual?
The team as a whole.
Team as a whole.
Team as a whole.
So if Tatum won't agree, would that consider them a forfeit?
No, it's not gonna.
Basically, their coach and our coach won't agree on a date. So it's went to the district chairman, and the district chairman called the NMAA. And the NMAA basically said the superintendents can get together and try to figure it out. If they can't figure it out, then they would make the decision. And so,
Yeah.
and so when they make the decision, we don't have a choice. We'll have to play on it.
We was hoping it didn't get to this
They
point.
will
Right.
end up making the decision.
The days we suggested, they have ag, cheer, whatever. The days they suggested for us, we have the same issues. Ag, or not ag, but we've got cheer.
And
Cheer
Wednesdays,
is all year, every single day of the year.
if we don't, if we move forward with picking
Seriously.
two Wednesdays, it solves all the problems for the most, because the
Well,
other.
it could, if they would agree to it, it's still gonna have to be an agreement between both schools. But what we've talked about is starting the game at 4 o'clock, having only varsities only, and then, go from there. And
Be
then-
over about 6:30 then, right?
What?
That would be over about
It
6:30.
should be over by 6:30, yes, sir.
Well, we knew it was an issue. I mean, I've already been chewed out for Wednesday
Hey,
night, so.
hey, I will stand my ground if I gotta stand on a chair.
Well,
I understand.
I mean, I could 100% agree, but the other students that don't attend a Wednesday church would have to be, they would not be allowed to compete in a district,
Yeah.
in a
I
district,
get that.
in a district event.
And I hate it that it comes to this, I really do. And it's no fault of any school except for our district policy when they don't put in makeup days in the schedule,
Right.
which should be part of your schedule anyway. I know the scheduling I've done for 30 years, I always had those 4 or 5 days set in for this
Right.
makeup days. And this year, for whatever reason, I don't know why they don't do it in this district or statewide doesn't do it, to be
That'll be
honest.
something we want to talk to you about in the district
Yeah.
meeting.
It's just something they've never incorporated in their scheduling and we always did. And so, so it's not really a fault of the district, it's just a fault of the policies of the statewide policies. And so we're getting caught with it. If you look at North right now, they're not having any weather issues right now.
Right.
And Gel very seldom has weather issues, so it's kind of a
This is a
unique.
perfect
It's a
storm.
perfect storm, it really is. So that's why I'm here. I mean, if we need to go to a Wednesday, are we clear to do that? If not, then, the options are gonna be NMAA and they're gonna tell us what days we're gonna play. And that may be the best choice. I don't know. I just know right now, we're a long way from agreeing where we need to be right now.
Since it's an exception, if I could interject here, if it's an exception, it's not like you're planning on doing a bunch of Wednesday games.
No.
It's just trying to cover.
No,
the-
I don't
we
think-
know better, trust me.
I mean, I don't see that why it would be a problem.
Thank you. One Wednesday may solve it all. If Bobby would agree to play on.
He's
the
only
we're
the
asking
senior
them to play
pastor,
on,
I'm the
then
associate
we'd only-
pastor.
Yeah, we'd only have to look at one Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
But Loving's got to say, yes, we'll play, and what that would mean is we would play Loving on a Monday night and a Tuesday night, so we play them back to back. If they would agree to that, we're perfectly fine with that.
Right.
And then you're only looking at just us and Tatum trying to find a spot, and that would probably, the best scenario would probably be a Wednesday night.
Well, and Wednesday's not an option unless it's
Unless
a
it's.
situation like this.
Absolutely.
And then if they could get out early enough, maybe the kids could do whatever they needed to
We'll
at
know
a
more
church.
in the
Maybe the
morning.
church could
In the
do
morning
a
it'd be the
little
size.
later than normal to start.
I don't know what NMA, how they rule that. I don't know if they say home team's got the choice.
Which it should be.
Which it should be, but, I don't know. It's a new entity we for to deal with, so I don't know how they.
Mr. Crawford?
So I asked,
I'm sorry, I have to zoom in and zoom out and then deal with the microphone.
No problem. Do you have
Man,
any
I
input?
see, but I do. I see both sides of every bit of that. And I appreciate Mr. Arp's comment about it just being an exception and a crazy exception the perfect storm, the whole 9 yards, and it just being, just 1 or 2 Wednesdays and early enough for that everybody involved can get to church on time if they so desire.
The only
Even if they
issue with
started-
that would be is if
even
we're
they started
traveling.
at 3:00.
Well,
No.
I think you can legally start at 3 o'clock because it is considered your athletic period. Is that true?
Well, you can start at 3 o'clock on the school day.
On school day,
Yeah.
because it is your athletic period, right? And to be honest with you, it could be travel day for us. I mean, we could be traveling on that Wednesday.
Right,
It depends on how that works out. So there's, the Tatum owes us. They owe us a trip. So we know Tatum will be here wherever date we decide. And we know Loving, we have to travel there, whatever we decide. And hopefully that'll be the only two we lose. I mean, I don't know what it looks like in the rest of the week, but I think it's supposed to clear off and probably be back to 90 degrees by Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, it always bounces back here.
Just wait 24 hours.
Right. Anybody have any hard stances? I'll look at Mrs. Arp
I
specifically.
mean,
I mean, I understand, but.
I just
it
feel
needs to be
like,
an
y'all know
exception.
my stance on this to begin with.
sir.
Sports is the king in JAL, always and forever. And a lot of these coaches and sponsors want to do things on church days. And so the kids are forced to make a decision.
Right.
If they go against their coach, then it's like, oh, well, you're not really dedicated.
Yeah.
But go ahead and miss church, that's no big deal because I don't go to church, so I don't care if you do or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, I'm always gonna vote against doing anything on a
Right.
Wednesday night, on a
Well, I
Sunday
think-
morning.
I think our staff does a really good job, our district as an entire, does a really good job at really mitigating the whole Wednesday.
Yeah, and I think for the most
I think
part,
this is
yeah.
just an exception to.
I don't want this to turn into give you an inch, take you a mile,
Oh,
though.
yeah, I agree. I think,
because
I think we all.
I will stand on a chair.
Where
I
every,
will tell you this too, when I go to the district meeting, the first thing I'm gonna try to accomplish is getting something set in for these days.
That's good.
I mean, that's the first thing I'm gonna
Why
talk
hasn't
about.
that been done before? It doesn't make
Yeah,
any
I
sense.
don't understand why it's never been done. And I don't like to refer to Texas, but in Texas, you got the week grace period.
Yeah.
Everything is taken care of that week before it's taken care of. And
Another thing I don't understand is junior high track meets are on Mondays. Why don't they have them on a Saturday?
yeah. Why not?
Because people want their weekends off, right? Adults.
I agree.
Well, I know where you're coming from. I usually let my kids out at 4:30 on Wednesday and they need to be at church.
Right.
And I've always done this and probably looking at this next year's my praxis, we're probably at 6:30 in the morning to 8. So we're not gonna have to worry about anything.
There you go.
Nothing that we're worried about after school. So
Well, thank you, Mr. Simmons, for letting us know
Yeah.
what we're up against. And
Yeah, and I think as a unit, as a board, I mean, we definitely appreciate your input, what you've given us, and, as long as this is the exception, not
Yeah,
the rule.
right.
we support it.
And I know the first thing in the morning, as soon as I hear anything about what NMA says, and they may say we're playing tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Maybe what they're saying,
yeah,
but,
Well,
we just want to avoid where there's not an exception every month. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Well, we've done really good at
Yeah.
that.
My fight is I don't want to go play a team when half my girls are in Las Cruces at the cheer events.
Right.
So it's just not a fair fight for us.
Right.
And I will fight for my kids.
Absolutely. Good.
Thank you.
Well, you have our blessing. No pun
Thanks
intended.
for coming and staying so long.
I mean, it's
Yes, sir.
weird. I didn't mean to.
I'm leaving. I don't want to get you guys sick, but I'm kind of under the weather a little bit, so.
Thanks,
You
Cole.
got
Thank
any
you, sir.
shots for me? And so I appreciate it.
Street Parkers?
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I just want,
It's
I
Street
do,
Parkers.
but I don't want you, it to be embarrassing.
All right,
Bad arm and a bad.
y'all want me to continue?
Yes.
Cheer competed in Portales and they won a first place trophy and a second place trophy.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I think there were several teams there. And
It was a bunch.
Wasn't it?
It was a
Us and
room
Texaco?
full of Cheerleaders.
We won first and Texaco won first or second, and that one.
We won first in dance with cheer or something, and then the other one was,
Second.
actual cheer,
Yeah.
and, I thought we won first in both, to be honest.
That's what they said.
And Texaco they messed up a lot and they still took, I didn't understand that.
Well, it's kind of location you're in Portales,
Yeah. We kind of took that into consideration.
Yeah. Junior high spelling bee, I just kind of added on to the update from last month. We talked about Mrs. Boyd, everybody doing an excellent job here at the local one. Then I updated to say that Elijah Urban went on to win the Lee County Spelling Bee on January 12th. And glad to see him here tonight. That was, they were gonna have, at one point, wasn't there a game or something that was gonna prevent him from being here?
Yes, there was a basketball game and I guess it got canceled. Yeah, that's why we didn't have it really on the schedules because he was supposed to be gone tonight, so we weren't gonna recognize him. But next month we'll have a thing from Mrs. Komar with a plaque, and so we'd like him to come back.
Okay,
You know,
good.
if anybody knows his parents. Have him
That
come back.
haircut, I don't know.
Winter Expo, we had over 100 people attend.
Wish we could have been there.
It was very, very nice. We had Santa, the Grinch, we had competitions, we had lots of projects students have done to show off for the community. And we had food. It was very good food, culinary.
We wouldn't know.
I heard.
We wouldn't know.
And then since the last meeting, we've really only had school for 2 weeks because it was Christmas break.
Right.
We've had 2 speakers. A guy named Reggie Dabbs from Houston, wasn't he? Houston?
He was good, or Dallas.
Really good, yeah. And he could play what was that?
Saxophone.
Saxophone. Was really, and have the kids singing and.
Oh, wow.
Man, he was.
Both motivational speakers, they did an outstanding job, so we're.
How do students take to that? Did they?
My daughter loved it.
Yeah, my daughter
Very
loved it.
good.
They were singing along, the whole,
That's awesome.
those kids that don't care about anything were singing
I
along.
think that, I remember having those when I was in school. I
Yeah.
felt like it did motivate kids.
I think they
I've always thought they were.
Very positive message.
Right.
I did put the weekly calendar for this week in there, and I've already postponed the Loving game, so took care of that. We'll have a district-wide lockdown drill on Wednesday at 10 a.m., so if you get calls, you'll know what's going on. Then the following few pages are just the months or the weeks ahead of us. And then I want to get to the student data, which is following the calendars. And I did send these to Ms. Crawford, so she has all of these. I want you to first look at the 6th grade math. This
Yes,
is,
thank you, Mr. Little.
yes, ma'am. This is the beginning of the year test that they took in math, comparing it to the middle of the year, which we took just before Christmas break. And I've marked out the names because it's student data in an open meeting, but you'll see that there's only 3 students in the 6th grade that did not improve their scores.
Wow.
And in fact, those slopes are pretty positive for a lot of them. I mean, they're really high slopes, meaning that they improved a lot. And I'm not gonna say specifically anything about who these students are, but I will tell you, when you see these red dots a lot of times, it is kids that are probably going to be, special ed students or something.
Right, right. So does this represent every single, is each dot a student?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And you'll see where there's 2 coming off of them sometimes. That means there's 2 students there.
Oh, okay.
One projected higher than the other or whatever, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 students were there.
There, up there, that first red one at the top, there's 2 greens with it. So one of those students is red and there's 2 green students. The 2 green students improved their scores, the red student went down.
Oh, I see. That was, 16.
And I like this because I think it gives you a good picture of, this is what the 6th grade looks like. We know who's teaching, we know who's teaching in the 6th grade. We
Yes.
know that we put the standards in place last year. They're actually following the standards and their calendar is, they're moving along properly with their calendar. You're gonna see a couple of things in here that's gonna draw your attention, I promise you. And we're going to work on that really quickly. All right, so same thing with the 7th grade. And normally when you see a student drop like that student dropped the real hard red one on the bottom, that means they showed up, put their name on, and like, I'm not taking a test.
Wow.
So, wow.
That
Yeah.
like, that's.
So we're gonna have a
like, for real?
conversation with that student about,
That's for real?
that's for real.
A lot of students.
Why?
Like they're like, I don't care. I
Why
don't know.
bother?
Maybe they had a bad morning. I don't know.
Good gravy.
They don't care. Some-
But again, we have a lot of positive growth, a lot of greens going up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reds. And that class, again, that's a very, very large number of SPED and ELL. Now, your 8th grade bunch, outstanding. Our junior high teachers, as far as math goes, I'm commending them. I think they're doing an excellent, excellent, excellent job. And that's what we worked on so hard. Yeah.
Some of them are, wow.
That's what we worked so hard on last year, is getting that all lined up and then getting them on the same page. Now we're gonna go to the 9th grade. And we're gonna say that maybe maybe we're gonna have to take a look at that and see
It's an
what
area of
we're
concern.
not doing right there. Something's not right because we're not getting those same results.
Right. So,
Then, sorry,
no, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna move over to 10th grade because it looks pretty similar.
No, you're not happy with that, Mr. Little.
So when we talk about this without getting, it's not even, I won't even ask that. Well, I just can't ask. it
All of a
because
sudden,
it's small
look at it.
district people. you
Look,
know.
all of a sudden, look at 11th grade. Now we got a lot of positive growth again, right?
Right.
We got a little area, right? And so this is what I like about statistics. It's blinding. It tells you where.
It doesn't lie.
They don't lie, yeah. And so, without getting into details, we're gonna work on that, those gaps, okay? On the very last page, you'll see the reading and, man, that 11th grade group, they knocked it out of the park. They had that was really an outlier. But they tested 71. I would have said if they came in and tested 82%, maybe they were cheating or something, but they tested 71% the first time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
So what do you,
We'll see when they take the
how
SAT.
can you contribute at 10th to 11th grade? Like, is there something in the kid's head that just clicks?
I don't know if it's that or if
I think
maybe
it's,
the
I need
test.
to graduate.
And it could be the test, it could be the
Like,
curriculum.
Yeah.
It could be things in the
So all
curriculum.
those things are different. The testing is different.
Yes, even sometimes the curriculum from one grade level to the next, are same author or same, but it's a different set of things they cover. It may be more difficult.
So from 6 to 10, there's a 9-point spread, or well.
But there are glaring things, Mr. Little was saying that he already knows what needs to be corrected. You know.
Our 9th grade and 11th grade both increased by double digits. The 9th grade actually increased by 16 percentage points.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's really, that's telling me that's probably a pretty good set of students. You shouldn't be seeing that over on the other
side, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna go to work on that, and I just wanted to show it, and I'll bring you at the end of the year, I'll bring you those same graphs. And we'll have an end of the year test, and this is maps, this is what we used to, basically an indicator of what we're doing, is it working, are students improving? So that at the end of the year, when they take that state test, hopefully this pans out and it's a good predictor of what they're going to do on that state test. And everything I've taught, when I was in a meeting with administrators 2 weeks ago, we were talking about doing this with the Lovington's high school principal. He said, "Oh my gosh, y'all are using maps." He said, "I've been trying to get them to let us use maps." I say it's too expensive. Are we taking that out of Ed Tech or what?
Yeah, I mean.
It takes justice once again.
Well, I mean, but even without that, I mean, that's.
I mean,
It's amazing.
students, that's gonna be.
Right.
What's the whole point we're here?
And so we are measuring, I want y'all to know that, we are making adjustments when they're necessary, and hopefully, my goal is that as this pans out over the next 3 or 4 years, we see big enough increases that the host, in fact, someone was telling me there's a year or something, like the state was already asking, what are they doing down there?
Yes.
Because, I mean, a lot of people aren't seeing growth.
And that's where CES is picking up on it, on their radar, and they want Mr. Little to present on Wednesday night, and they want Mr. Richard on the CTE, which is totally.
Oh, am I presenting?
You're gonna just say a few words about your.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
It's kinda, it's basically gonna be a few minutes of what you just.
You're the keynote speaker.
Yeah, we didn't know for the whole conference.
Anyways, that's my report.
Nice.
You know, that's great. I mean, even the 10th grade just doing the 1.2,
It's still
there's
grew,
still
But
growth in
Right.
every single grade,
That's-
so.
That's reading, correct?
Yes.
Major reading.
And there's another issue the state's dealing with, and I don't know if you brought that, I sent you you had already sent the video of this test. that they
yeah,
did,
mhm.
the study that they did, and now it's the Superintendent's Association released that, I guess, I don't know when, it was on Facebook today. But our expectations in New Mexico, for students to be proficient are way greater than they are in Texas. We're not comparing apples to oranges. Back during Scandera's term, when they baselined all these tests, for a student to be proficient in Mexico is extremely, extremely difficult. And there's, hopefully after the study, they're gonna start taking a look at that.
Oh,
Because they cross-referenced a
did not
lot
know
of them.
that.
Because Texas has a different test than we do.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a way to
And
cross-reference
they
it.
get partial credit for nearing proficiency in Texas.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we get
here don't
no
get any
credit.
for that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, and even without comparing districts or things like that, just student to student,
Mhm.
you're saying that a student in Texas, it's easier to score proficient
Yes.
than the student in New Mexico.
Yes.
And there's,
Well, that's
there's,
interesting to know.
there's evidence of that whenever we have kids coming from Texas. They are not head and shoulders above ours like you would,
Right, right.
Yeah.
shouldn't they be? I mean,
Right.
you would think they're behind, most of the time, Ms.
Most of
Little can
the-
attest to
most
this,
of
they're
the-
behind our kids.
And
Most of what we hear is-
that whole article is saying, well, they're saying that we're 50th of all 50 states, but that's not actually true. Because our average growth is at or above the national average.
And you're not, and you can't say you're 50% or the 50th if you're not comparing apples to apples
Right.
across the board.
Right, and so whenever what is it called, the manufacturing crisis?
Yeah.
See, a lot of times like politicians, like back when Scandarian, then we're in there, you know, the oil money starts coming in. They can set those baselines or have them set to where they can make it look like the education is bad.
So how do you get a true representation?
At some point, they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to collaborate somehow,
You have to have a nationalized.
or at least be comparing the same thing to this.
Yeah, you have to have a nationalized test.
Yes.
It's like a
Kind of like
SAT or.
And they tried it with, but when they make it political, it ruins whatever it is.
Right.
They tried it with, what was that we just came out of? Where the standards were all the same, the park.
Oh, yeah.
And it was supposed to be of all
Yeah.
the states, and it fell in, well, it turned to politics, and then everybody says it's not accurate. And anyway,
The whole idea there is that whenever you hear about these scores and stuff, it's not, I mean, like, those kids are improving.
Yeah.
They may not be proficient when it's all said and done because of the state standard, but we're getting growth.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, and proficient is based on what standard? That whole No Child Left Behind, all those standards across
Yes.
the state of Texas. Holy crap, no, we were way behind that. But now you're telling me that we're above that, which they're still there. So I don't know. I got questions about that. I'd like to see that data and really understand it.
yeah,
We can probably get that report, can't we? That,
yeah, we should be able to
you
get
don't,
it.
you don't have a video or
There's a
something?
little video, yeah.
Maybe next time or something.
Yeah.
This is good.
And what's really true, you know, what's all there and apples to apples that's a big deal.
Yes, it is a big one.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Little.
Thank you.
Oh. Is there anything from elementary or is that good right now?
She is, had a pipe that busted about an hour before.
Oh, that stinks. All right.
I guess it thawed out, because I don't know what's going on in my house, hopefully, because I've been here a while. Hopefully nothing thawed out and busted.
Superintendent's report.
Okay, so who is going to the Santa Fe meeting at NMSBA? We're gonna start, we'll be there on Wednesday night now, because they would like a few board members to come to the CES meeting with the principals. What,
Is the
it's February,
February,
Like the 5th through the,
so well, Wednesday would be the 4th.
the 4th, so February 4th
7th.
through the 7th, which is Saturday morning.
Right.
That's right. So who all is planning to go? Can y'all tell me?
I'm going.
1, 2, 3.
I'll go.
Mr. Crawford?
Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir, I'll be there.
Okay, and we'll check with Renee, but I already have accommodations and registrations for everybody.
Nice.
So that's why I didn't know if I needed to cancel yet. So no,
Only reason I wouldn't be there is if something
if something
changes.
health
Wednesday.
wise, well, if you'll let me know the minute you know.
Yeah, I'll know Wednesday.
Within 3 days, I'll be good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
I feel like it's been forever since we've been to Santa Fe.
I know, Miss Crawford was there last year,
Is
which
that
is
the
me.
travel day back or?
So
All by myself,
Yeah,
pretty much.
A
yeah.
couple of classes, depending on how you line it out,
Oh,
if you
okay.
want to go, but a lot of folks just will leave.
Spouses are welcome to go unless they're teachers or bus drivers. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Jeez.
Sorry about that. Randy and Mr. Chavez and Mr. Arp, sorry about that.
No comment.
Okay, so we keep going here. So, Mr. Richard will be presenting CTE and Buddy will be presenting the data, which is great. The strategic plan, if you'll notice, is in your packet. So I just want you to look at that, digest it. The red things are different, and all we did was address CTE and put it as a more of a priority. We were gonna do this all along, remember? And as we develop our CTE programs, which we were on a totally different pathway, but it was still kind of going with what we're doing, because all the red lines, if you'll notice, is where we put and the target goal to establish a vertically aligned lifetime, oh wait, not that one. But the goal has kind of shifted a little bit in the number of things that we're going to develop and be able to offer the kids. And so we did put that as a goal, is that we would like, right here, Joutt Public Schools and Eunice Municipal Schools, to develop the local workforce, explore local support options, including junior college and workforce partners, to develop 3 to 4 possible pathways at each site. So that tells you our goal is 3 to 4 pathways at each site. You think about that, it could be up to 8 things kids can do, which is awesome for hands-on.
Right.
And so that's kind of like a lofty goal, but it's possible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Doable. Is that just on the wrong one?
No, that is also the next goal, which is just putting fitness into our strategic plan. And yeah, it's still there, but the red line stuff is what we changed to incorporate the new CTE developments. And the CTE director is actually one of the responsible things that we've added in, is having that director's position. So that had to be added into the goals and everything. So I helped the superintendent in Albuquerque, Elder, trying to help me to develop this. Cool. So it's good, just to let you guys know, that way you have a hard copy of it. And then school cafeteria. So I'm just letting you guys know, nothing's been decided, but I'm looking at doing RFP to see if we get any responses or solicitations to bid on our cafeteria. So we could be switching to a cafeteria program, like a vendor to come in and serve the food and cook it. And we won't locally be doing it anyway. So I'm just putting out an RFP to see how much it would cost, if they would accept our terms. And some of our terms, just so you guys know, okay, no matter what you hear, the employees there, 4 employees, would be offered district positions for as long as they are there. And then as they quit, retire, die, hopefully not the last one, then as they move on, then the food service will replace that position. And the reason I wanted to do that, because they may not have 100% healthcare. They may not pay what we do, but we can keep as part of the RFP condition, they'll keep it that way.
Can I ask what the reason is behind this?
Just to offer updated choice, updated menus, updated, all of the things are changing all the time. So we basically are like on a big tug of war with cafeteria, depending on who's the president. I'm just saying, that's what happens. And so now you can have whole milk. He made milk whole again. So now we can have, I heard that one other day, and I thought, now you can have whole milk in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
But if you don't keep on top of all that, you can be audited and lose the ability. You have to have a cafeteria to have a school.
So
And
with
so
this
you can lose your
RFP,
ability if you don't keep up with everything.
with this RFP, does it release us from all
Yes.
those? Oh,
Also, say this happened in Eunice, and there was actually,
Say that one more time.
it releases us from
from all
responsibility.
of the,
Mhm.
like, the possible audits from,
Yes,
you can't
they-
have whole milk.
well,
you have to have
They
skim.
take care
They
of all
take
of
care of
them.
all.
It doesn't mean that we can serve, that they can serve whatever they want.
Oh,
Right.
No,
That's
they still have to follow
That's
all the
what-
guidelines.
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, it does not really.
thank you for asking about that, because that's not what I just
But
understood.
where it does help us is if they serve peanut butter or something and they're not supposed to, and somebody gets sick, that is not us. That's the cafeteria
See,
service.
I'm not real crazy about that, because we need to be focused on what is okay for the students, not just about covering our assets. as you said.
Yeah.
But so when you say like different menu choices, like why can't we work that out with
Because
who
we
we
don't
have?
know what all we can do and can't do, because there's so many different regulations and stuff that a company can come in and know exactly what we can and can't do. They said, oh, well, you can offer a sample. So what's that? Oh, you can do that. It's one of the loopholes. What? You can offer a sample? So you could offer like say a chicken sandwich, you could offer 3 different sauces, but on the daily menu, you can't unless you do it as a sample. I didn't know all of that. There's no way that a human, Carolina tries to keep up with it now. There's no way, and also Judy, there's no way a human can keep track of all that.
There's a lot of, most districts, correct me if I'm wrong, they usually outsource.
And it's growing
cafeteria, and I
exponentially.
think
Another
Eunice
thing,
does. Eunice does.
another
I think
thing
a
is
lot of
the
districts.
50% scratch made. Who determines that? And how do you even get there? They know down to a formula what you can do. Then they also have local grown produce that now we have to incorporate. That's just a new deal. Well, when I looked into it, you have to order 40 cases of apples. They would ruin before we could eat them. But a food service, 40 cases of apples distributes them to 40 different districts.
Sure.
See what I'm saying? The food service is also growing exponentially in New Mexico, the one that we hope puts in the RFP, because there's some local districts that are already doing that. They just said that the food is 7 out of 10 and it was 5 out of 10. That's what I got from, kind of did a survey of superintendents that they went to one. They said the food has actually improved.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, how's it gonna affect students positively is
Mhm.
why, and then we want to protect our employees that are there
Right,
too.
so you mentioned earlier that there would be other positions for those 4 employees
No, they
that we would keep them on?
No, they would keep their position with the
Part of-
district.
yeah, the
They're still
RFP
district employees.
The
So they
RFP
would be
say that-
under.
Yes, the RFP would say that although you're providing this service, these people will interact with you within our cafeteria to provide that service. But they will stay on our
Yeah.
payroll.
So it'd be like
Okay.
serving, but not.
Right, all of
cooking.
those
Yes.
things.
Okay.
And then as
the
those
attrition.
through attrition, those positions go away and then we
Okay.
just
And they
have.
become positions of that new company.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry, because right now, we have a great staff that the one over it has kept track of all the rules of everything. But what about when she retires and then we're trying to find somebody locally that doesn't have the qualifications or even able to keep up with all that stuff? As Carolina, she has to keep up with it. And I'm trying to stay along with it too.
What do we think? What's the general idea out there as far as cost?
He said they do not charge any more than what they're already reimbursed from the state and other districts. So we could have more labor costs because we're gonna keep our employees,
Right.
but they act like they do not collect any more than what the state already gives them.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Right. And it's about $60,000 is what it costs us a year above and beyond our state allotment.
Right.
Of course, that got increased. You saw what Nicole had. So that'll decrease to about 40 to 50,000 we're in the hole. That's right currently.
Because we're always in the whole
You're always in the whole
cafeteria.
Cafeteria, yeah, most people, and it's very tightly ran, there's not product running out the back doors, there's not anything.
Yeah.
In fact, there could be a little more excess in my opinion, but that's the kind of things that a food service who has somebody that knows what they're doing is gonna stay on it and offer better choices. And
I
offer
like
better
Better
tasting.
choices would be really nice.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great to have 3, and things we're not even thinking of, wait, you can offer 3 sandwich, it's simple stuff. But it's almost like TikTok things where we're going, oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Let's try it. That's outside the box a little bit,
Yeah.
is what it is.
I mean, in my junior high and high school, we had a regular food line. We had a snack bar.
Yeah.
Like, we could go get
But
whatever
the
we
rules have
wanted.
changed so much since then. I mean, even when we were in school, there were like hot rolls and
Yeah.
hot dogs encased in a hot roll, like things that, man, you just can't do it anymore. You're supposed to do whole wheat. You're supposed to do no sodium, no sugar,
I just
no
went to the
flavor.
mall, to the food court.
Yeah.
Hey, I think food court would be cool.
Water that's, milk that's more water than milk. We didn't have anything we had to worry about, so. But anyway, so that's,
All that went away when the Obamas got out of
no,
office.
it didn't.
Because I know she was big on all that.
All
right?
I thought it was going to.
All and did you see it took a presidential order to have whole milk? So it tells you where we're at right now. That peeling those layers off.
So
are
many
harder.
things. That's what I mean.
My
Yeah.
business.
Anyway.
So when do we expect can we expect that,
The RFP,
right?
we don't know when it'll be answered, if it will be answered. We're just
Don't we
researching.
approve the RFP?
You would if we were gonna do that, yes.
Okay.
Not put one out though. We can put whatever out.
Oh, I thought I was thinking we had to approve the actual
No.
RFP. Oh, okay.
You have to approve whether we want to do
Whether
it.
we- yes,
You have to approve the
absolutely.
RFP if we accept, if we
If we
want to
decide.
accept it.
I
If
thought
you
you
guys
meant
want
the
to.
actual RFP, the
Yeah.
written
That way you'll know.
document. Okay, perfect.
And we're still researching it, looking at menus and looking at different districts and looking at everything. Anyway.
Can I request that we don't buy Hershey bars with almonds?
Why not?
Just read
I'm
the
allergic to
package.
them.
Are you really?
I'll take them.
I can eat peanuts, but I like
Me
peanuts.
too.
That's why I got it.
You don't want them, you can leave them there. I'll leave them.
Just
Alright,
pick the
so-
almonds out, we'll eat them.
That doesn't work that way.
Oh,
That whole cross contamination
Yeah,
and all
right,
that
right,
system.
So
All right.
AI Pro, we got that for the entire instructional staff, which is really cool, because after the AI training, we got the AI Pro, so it will scrub personal information. It's called Gemini, GEM, and it will scrub personal information out of it before it puts data out there, which is Because we could get in all kinds of trouble by thinking we're doing good with AI until it's not good and it just puts something out there because it will. It doesn't discriminate. And so we want a program that will be the shield for the district and the staff, so it won't put that information out there that could be personal. All right, and current district projects, you saw those. Next meeting will be February 16th, and we will have the grand opening of the oil and gas class on the 16th. What time will that grand opening be, Mr.?
Said 5.
At 5, okay. So can we start ours at 5:30 is my question.
Yes.
Okay, so that way it will
30
take more.
minutes.
Is 30 minutes sufficient to see that?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, okay.
I think probably right at 5 o'clock, we'll cut a ribbon and we'll let you all come inside and look at equipment and tour the facility.
Perfect.
And the other thing will be to schedule in my evaluation. When would you guys like to do that?
Right now, you're fired.
Can we not do a little session before you decide?
I mean, give him a chance.
Yeah, give me a
Hey,
chance.
bro.
I would have been so hungry.
That's what Snickers are for.
Honestly, you're not you when you're hungry.
Evaluation, let's see.
The next board meeting is 16th, right in the center of the month, so. You don't want to do it along those lines, or?
Let's see. It's 26 right now. Does anybody? What is, so the week of the 16th, obviously the 16th, we have a board meeting. And then I'll be gone the 19th and the 20th. But does anybody think that that last week of February, like maybe I won't hear the 23rd, I apologize. The 24th, that's a Tuesday night? Is that what's happening as far as games? Do you have anything happening that night with your kiddos?
We have that calendar.
No, cheerleading, but that'd be on,
You have that
16th
calendar in your
also.
packets from Mr.
but that, it's in the morning.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think you covered. It's a little stuff.
24th.
It doesn't go past the next board meeting.
Oh, okay.
That's not gonna help us.
Mrs. Crawford, what do you think about the February 24th to hold a special meeting for Mr. Snyder's annual evaluation?
I'm good with that, I believe, for now, yes. Goodness. I'm good.
Is that good?
Tuesday, yes.
Yes, you guys good with that? Good,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Snyder, are you good?
Yes, that's good.
What time are we gonna do that?
Can we do it at 5 or, let's see, Tuesday the 24th? Let me look at something early. I can't. Are you okay with 5 or do you need to vary?
I would,
You wanna move to
5:30 or 6, like a little,
Is that?
it'd help me a lot. yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, we can do that. Are you okay with that, Mrs. Crawford, moving it to
Yes. Yes, sir. Whatever y'all decide.
6?
Let's do 6.
6, okay?
That'll work for me too.
At 6 o'clock? Okay.
We're gonna be full of meetings. And it's a short month.
I know. So it's the 24th. Okay. So we'll do that on the 24th at 6 PM.
Agenda?
I'll get the agenda. We need to make sure we do that.
Real quickly, also, I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your thing.
Okay, that's all, that was the rest of mine.
Awesome. When we list like item number 12, closed session, we really need, whenever we have closed sessions, we need to list the exemption rule under it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it should be, yeah, the exemption, blah, 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 talk about pending litigation, you know, New Mexico state statutes. That really should be listed under the closed session. And then you can say update on versus JPS or whatever. But it always has to list the exemption and the state statute.
Okay.
I'll give those to you. I have them. Sorry. Just something I saw. All right. Anything else?
Did we do anything with this Holland and Hart?
Yes, okay. Oh, well, that's for your FYI.
Okay.
I have no idea. They always send us those if there's any kind of a activity going on in the district, because every district got that, even Lovington, and we all were like, well, let's pass it on to our board because it was sent to
Okay.
the school district. That way you guys can read over that, but no, nothing major, nothing.
Isn't this the same solar project that came to us a long time ago?
It's the same looking thing, but I don't think it's the same one.
Oh, I thought it was the same
Well,
one.
I did until Lovington said they got it too and paid them, and
Oh, yeah.
all the superintendents got the exact same letter. And I thought, is
So
that
this
just
is
a-
something that would literally, the only governing body that has to approve it is the school board.
Mhm.
So where, depending on where they were to go, like they don't have to get city council, county
They
commission,
go to the
state,
school
nothing.
boards.
They have to go to the school board.
Which is crazy. but If they need it, if they need it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we approved one, oh, I don't even know. how
Yeah,
many
'cause it
years ago,
got-
10 years ago.
Yeah, this is
Supposed
just
to give us like $90,000 a year.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on that check.
And this is still in the informational phase. so.
Somebody got it wrong.
Well, they never built it. So
Oh.
that was another one of my, things, you know, the power, and I asked how they were gonna transport the power, and they said in big batteries, and I was like,
Hmm.
really?
you gonna move it?
How you gonna?
What? It was.
And
it
he
was an
said,
accident.
we're gonna put it in the back of our pickup truck.
He said,
You were there.
She was there.
She was there. How you gonna move it?
This is so bad.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Inside joke, I missed it.
Oh, that
was an open meeting.
That was an open meeting.
It was
Yeah,
an
you
open
just
meeting.
ask this- We're gonna ask stupid questions sometimes.
Oh, 1 out of 100 even.
Right, yeah.
Pretty good percentage.
You just slid that one in too. Alright, fine.
She's been slipping me notes on what to say.
All right, so
Thanks
we
for
will
the
need
backup, France.
a motion to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation as listed on the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Ms. Crawford,
Yes, sir?
can you, call or something, call one of us or something to be on the phone? Cause I'm fixing to end this stream.
Who do you want me to call? You?
No other action.
Don't do it yet. We have to do a
Yes.
a first and a motion and a second, and then roll
Second it.
call. You, so.
Okay.
You can call my phone if you
Roll
want.
roll call, yes? Ms. Zark?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Crawford?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Can we
Okay.
take wig break?
Yes, we're gonna take like a, I don't know, a couple minute break.
Yes, sir. I'll call you.